We are live and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the regular season finale at the Martinsville Speedway under the lights for the NASCAR Heat 5 Career Mode. In more specifics, the final season of the NASCAR Heat 5 Career Mode here tonight. This is going to be a special race. You see the points on the left side of the screen above the camera, and that is pretty tight on the cutoff line. We have 15 drivers locked into the playoffs after the first 25 races of the season. Drivers who are locked up on wins would be Keegan Schneider, Kyle Busch, Joey Logano, Brad Keselowski, Matt DiBenedetto, John Hunter Nemechek, Matt Kenseth, and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Drivers who are locked in on points would be Denny Hamlin, Ryan Newman, Ryan Blaney, Kevin Harvick, Kurt Busch, Martin Truex Jr., and Eric Almirola after last night's race at Road America. Just one driver remains to be locked in tonight, and as you see how close the points battle is between 16th and 17th on the playoff grid, currently coming in 1 point above the cutoff line. Final spot and only spot still to be locked in is Clint Bowyer. The first driver below the cutoff line is BJ McLeod, an underdog story, self-owned race team for Live Fast, and this is going to be incredible if he can point his way into the playoffs here tonight if he can't get the victory. Problem for McLeod, he is starting further back in the field. He starts 27th, where Clint Bowyer is going to be starting 13th. And then also, we qualified in the 20th position for the start of tonight's race. It doesn't look like we have anybody drop into the rear that qualified ahead of us. So without further ado, let's get on into this race. Also, drivers who could mathematically point their way in tonight is Chase Elliott and Alex Bowman. Elliott is 45 points below the cutoff line. Alex Bowman is 57 points below the cutoff line. The max amount of points he can score in a race is 60. So the likelihood of Bowman, pretty much he's in a must-win situation. Other notable drivers below the cutoff line that are in a must-win situation would include Jimmy Johnson, former 7-time champion in the NASCAR Cup Series. Of course, this will be his final season on these newer NASCAR video games, so his final ride right here. And then William Byron also below the cutoff line. So there is a possibility that all 4 Hendrick cars can miss the playoffs. How crazy would that be? Ryan Newman qualified on the pole with Denny Hamlin starting outside pole in second, both in search for the first wins of the season. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. and Josh Bilicki will be starting at the rear. Stenhouse coming off a top 10 at Road America yesterday. Patrick Shadley, Cars One Boy, Dark Crypto, and everybody else on into the chat. Welcome to the stream. Like, share, and subscribe for more daily NASCAR content. We're under the lights at Martinsville. I'm excited. Hopefully you are too. The regular season finale on the NASCAR Heat 5 Career Mode is underway. 500 laps around the shortest track in the NASCAR Cup Series. Already 3 wide to the outside goes Schneider, quickly getting back down to the bottom underneath the 8 car of Tyler Reddick. Makes the pass on him. Joey Logano got shuffled back in that middle lane. He's still 3 wide middle and losing a bunch of spots.
Still there.
Schneider trying to charge on the bottom, gets by William Byron. John Hunter Nemechek now to his outside. Lap 1 led by pole sitter Ryan Newman. Hamlin falls back a couple positions on the opening lap. Schneider going to clear Nemechek into turn 3, and he's up to 16th already. First and only trip to Martinsville this season.
Hold your line, got one inside. All right,
He comes on an important spot on the schedule. And I know you guys down in the chat have been rooting for BJ McLeod over the second half of the regular season, pulling for him to make it into the playoffs. And as you see, he is very, very close. He's had a pretty good year, all things considered. When you consider the speed of that race team most weeks out of the year. He has 7 top 10 finishes, 4 top 5s. He's got a couple top 3s. In fact, just finished 3rd at Road America last night to put him within 1 point of the cutoff line. He went into Road America 28 points below Bowyer. But he gained 27 in 1 race. Oh!
It ain't a win, but a top 20 count.
What was that? Are you kidding me? Talk about glitches. Are you kidding me? I literally DNF'd on the curb. We're restarting the race. We are restarting this race. That is not right. We literally hit the curb and just DNF'd. I have never seen that. All the glitches in this game, I have not seen that one yet. That is a new one. Jackson Thomas, welcome into the stream. What the heck was that? That's laughable because we were only a couple laps in. Talk about getting off to a ruckus start. Uh-oh, I better mute that. I don't want to get copyrighted. I think I got copyrighted for that before, if I remember correctly. Got the music playing in the background. It's not my fault. We'll try that again. Talk about how about fireworks for the start of that race? Oh, not test session. All right, let's try that again. I'm turning DNFs off. Just for this race. Just in case that happens again. I've never seen that before. But I have a bad feeling that might happen again. And I sure hope it doesn't, because we're going to have a lot of damage if it does. No, we're just restarting this. We're not going to end it like that. It would have been different if I actually crashed on like lap 4, but all we did was hit the curb and the car blew up. I've never seen that before. Turn my volume back up now. There we go. All right, let's try that again. Let's try that again. I just closed the application immediately before I logged out of the race, so that way it didn't save. Already practiced. I'm not even going to qualify. I'm just going to hop back into it. I don't feel like qualifying again. We'll start at the rear. I guess Matt Kenseth's on the pole now. I have no clue where BJ McLeod or Clint Boyer are starting now. Got Josh Balicki and John Hunter Nemechek starting at the back. Well, I guess Kenseth's on the pole. Stinks for Newman. Hopefully he can get back up there. Good news, we were only 4 laps in. If we would have been like 50 plus laps in or more, then I probably wouldn't restart it. But because we were only a couple laps into the race, and yeah, we're restarting this thing. For those of you that are just tuning in, we blew up after hitting the curb and at DNF, so we're going to try this again. I've never seen that in my life. Well, that's worse for Schneider and Ryan Newman. Newman, because he was in the lead. Schneider, because he was in 16th, and now he's having to come from the back. Or at least the race is restarted. And already 4 wide at the back of the pack. Yeah, you can rewind and look for it if you missed it. The curb strikes again. I've never seen that. We've had the curb jump us at the Roval a couple times, but not at Martinsville. I had just destroyed the race car. I'm a little scared to hit the curb in turn 3 now. I'm not going to lie. Stay off that curb as much as possible. I turned the DNFs off, but even if it like catches like that again, we're going to have a ton of damage. Michael Turner, welcome to the stream. I swear it's a new glitch like every time. We never have the same glitch over and over again. That was laughable though. It's just, I mean, this game is laughable. Poor Ryan Newman, who was in search for his first win of the year, is back in the 27th position and struggling in traffic early on. I'm pulling for him to at least get back up inside the top 10. Schneider underneath Ryan Newman, 3 wide. Newman and Reagan to his outside. Schneider going to clear them both off the exit of turn 2. Newman had the lift, and now Cole Custer takes it 3 wide underneath, following the line of the 99.
Got one down low now.
Custer, a little bump and run on the 99 of Schneider. Moved him up out of the groove.
Got one down low now.
Schneider arcs it in on the high side, got a really good run, and then beats the 41 of Custer back to the bottom again. And dives it underneath Austin Dillon and Michael McDowell into turns 3 and 4. Kenseth has led every lap in the early going of the race. 130 laps are scheduled for stage 1, 130 laps in stage 2. The final stage will be 240. Setting up the 500 laps around this half-mile paper-clip short track.
You're clear there. Inside.
Custer's got a really fast car. He is sticking it to the 99. He keeps getting back underneath him.
Still there.
Schneider going to try to cross him over. Couldn't get the power down as quickly as he wanted off the exit of turn 2. He'll still drive it in deep into 3 and still beats the 41 to the inside.
Still there.
And I think Custer got held off behind the 17 of Busher, which allowed Schneider to get that run and pass both cars in turns 3 and 4. Custer again back to the bottom. Now he tries to cross over on Schneider. Schneider beats him back to the gas, blocks the bottom, drives it in deep into turn 3.
Car there on the outside.
Up the curbing, that treacherous curbing in turn 3 here at Martinsville. I swear, it's those types of glitches that just, I hope to God, are not in NASCAR 21 ignition.
You're clear all around there.
You shouldn't see that in a 2020 NASCAR video game. Especially after all the patches they have. I mean, remember when they put like 1 million different patches into this game as soon as they released it? Because of how bad it was on the initial release? It got a little bit better, but I still run into the same glitches I had when the game first came out with the patches they were trying to fix it.
Stay low.
That's a new one though, that's for sure. It took what, like 15 months after the game released for me to have that issue. All the races we've ran in the career mode with full races. On the championship mode, 2 for each series, and we finally found a new glitch. Schneider's definitely rolling through the field here pretty quickly. You can see BJ McLeod up ahead. He's in the top 15. Early on, Schneider gets really loose off turn 4 and had to catch the race car. Jones passed him right back. Custer to his outside, but Schneider will fend off the 41 for the 21st position. That got a little out of shape. Even though we turned the DNFs off just because of that curb incident we had 4 laps in, just in case that doesn't happen again, we still get more than 5 seconds of damage. If we're going to repair it, we'll have to take a pass-through penalty under green, so we definitely don't want that. I'd like to think that too, Dark Crypto, that they won't be the next game, but until I see the gameplay, I'm not going to believe it. We've had 5 years of this kind of crap. It's just that now that we have DNFs, that's why we DNF'd out of it. But even if we didn't have DNFs on, I mean, we still would have had like 20 plus seconds of damage just by hitting the curb. That was insane. Schneider's able to go so much deeper into the braking zone than a lot of these guys. Knocked it into the wall. Off the exit of turn 4, passing Joey Logano. Completely missed the braking zone in turn 3. New leader on the racetrack, Denny Hamlin, off of turn 4 this time. In the middle of lap traffic, has taken it away from Matt Kenseth. Worked himself back up to 19th. He was originally in 16th. BJ McLeod still gaining positions. We have not seen Clint Boyer yet on the racetrack, though, so Boyer, as of right now, is likely still ahead of him. And if both those guys have solid nights, it is going to be fun to watch them battle in each and every one of these stages for all the points they can get to try and make it on into the playoffs. Now, remember, if we get a new winner below the cutoff line, neither McLeod or Boyer will make it into the playoffs. So we're going to go up the middle. Barely had enough room between Keselowski and Byron. Byron almost shut the door on him. Keselowski with the crossover. Schneider with a double cross back on the 2. And he's inside the top 15 for the first time tonight. BJ McLeod up to 13th. Boyer somewhere inside the top 10. Not sure exactly where.
Still there?
Blaney rubbing on the side of the 99. He definitely tried to pinch him down on the racetrack. Schneider hugging the curbing in turns 1 and 2. Not as treacherous on that end of the racetrack. It's a little bit more forgiving.
Careful, still there.
He works his way around McLeod. Slides up in front of him. Oh, tried to block the 12, and he got into him. And Blaney tries to move him, getting into turn 1 now for a little payback. God, almost got back around on the high side.
Got a car coming in.
Oh, and Blaney just sends it into turn 3, knocking the 99 up the track again. Oh, and they're 4 wide getting into turn 1. And how did they make it through 4 wide at Martinsville with no contact? Poor Tyler Reddick on the outside lost 3 or 4 positions. Schneider up the middle again, slides into turn 3. Trying not to get picked behind the 77 of Chastain as Blaney continues to battle for the 11th spot. And now Schneider tries to pick Blaney behind Quinn Howe. This has definitely been very risky. But fun racing at that. For me at least, hopefully for you guys watching at home as well. Chase Elliott, he needs a solid points day. He's up inside the top 10 already. Outrunning McLeod by a few positions, but not Boyer. Schneider underneath Elliott now. Schneider trying to get inside the top 10. Lap car Brian Priest holding up Elliott on the high side. Jimmy Johnson up to 9th place, also in a must-win situation. He has won at Martinsville quite a few times in his NASCAR Cup Series career. Oh! Schneider into the back of Johnson. That just shoved the 99 up the track in the middle of turns 3 and 4. He brushes the wall as well. Did the music play for very long? It was probably only a couple seconds. I think I'll be alright. I remember that, I think it was like a Richmond race on Heat 5, and I think it was the Xfinity Series. The game like crashed or something at the end of it, and then the music started playing on the intro, and I had to mute it. I didn't mute it in time, and I got copyrighted, and the stream got taken. I had to take the stream down. So that's why that race isn't in the isn't on the playlist anymore. For those of you wondering, I forget if it was season 1 or season 2 of the Xfinity Series, but I know it was at Richmond. But that stream is no longer on the channel. Kyle Busch trying to pick Matt DiBenedetto behind his brother. Slow cars on the high side. It's just the faster car struggling to pass on the high side. Oh, Kyle Busch into the back of Ty Dillon. That got the 18 tight in the center of the corner. Schneider's going to go 3 wide underneath the Busch boys. Sends it into the corner. Still 3 wide. Kyle going to try to follow his line now. Schneider back inside the top 5. Kevin Harvick now to the race lead at the front, passing Denny Hamlin a little bit ago. And there you see Clint Boyer in the 4th position, doing what he needs to, at least early on. But this is a long race. We'll see if he can hold up that kind of pace to the end. And I will be updating those point standings on the left side of the screen at the end of every stage. So by the time the final stage starts, we'll know exactly what the points increments will be. Parkway Intros, welcome to the stream. What I'll end up doing is I'll just take the points of the drivers that can mathematically point their way in after stage 1, and then after stage 2 is when I'll actually change the graphic on the left side of the screen. So that graphic from the start of the race will be up until the end of stage 2. Knowing that stage points are a thing, it is going to be very interesting to see if McLeod can do whatever he can to try and get some stage points. He's at a disadvantage right now. Boyer out-qualified him, and stage 1 is 130 laps, which might seem like a lot, but at Martinsville, not really. We've already ran almost 40 laps. Caution free to start the race. This will be our final run with this Deal Senior Wrangler throwback paint scheme. Of course, we got Napa on the car. Wrangler not a sponsor in this game, but definitely fun. I'll pick a new sponsor for the playoff races upcoming and change up the paint scheme before the next race. It'll be a couple nights before the next NASCAR Heat 5 Career Mode episode. Tomorrow night on the channel, we'll go NASCAR Busch Series racing on NASCAR Chase for the Cup 2005 at Atlanta. Chance to try and clinch the championship 3 races early tomorrow night in the Busch Series with Kevin Harvick. So we'll see if we can do it. We flat out just need to beat Bobby Hamilton Jr. If he outscores us by more than 3 points, then we will not clinch the championship 3 races early.
Still there?
We'll have to fight for it again when we go into Phoenix the following race.
You're clear there.
It'll be a fun watch. See if we can get it done. 202 laps in that one. I have to work tomorrow, so no official start time, but we probably plan on it starting anywhere between 8 and 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time tomorrow. Probably closer to 8 if I had to guess. 8, 8:30. I don't want to start it too late and having to work the following day after that. Schneider sends it 3 wide into 1. Look at Martin Truex Jr. go up the middle, but he gets a little loose on corner exit, and Schneider stays underneath him. And Schneider drives up to the 4th position. Boyer now back to 5th.
Got one peeking outside.
Truex blocks the 14 car on corner entry. A lot of lap traffic holding up the leaders side by side for the lead. In fact, between Denny Hamlin and Kevin Harvick, Schneider gets a run off the exit of turn 2. He's going to go 3 wide for the lead into turn 3.
Outside.
Off the curb, gets it to stick on the inside. Schneider is clear, and he'll lead his first lap of the race at lap 45 at the start-finish line. Truex is going to follow on up to 2nd place, and Alex Bowman, who is nearly in a must-win situation, going to go a lap down early on. Boyer up to 3rd.
Got a carload now. Clear high, clear high.
He might get stuck on the high side here. At least he got to the outside of Justin Haley. He'll clear him down into turn 1. Gets back to the bottom. And BJ McLeod's in trouble of going a lap down early on as well.
Stay on the bottom here. Car there on the outside.
McLeod still in 17th. Battling for 16th, in fact, with Cole Custer. Keselowski for position right in front of him. I believe Bubba Wallace is too. Glenn Half and Ryan Preece kind of holding this traffic up. Schneider goes 3 wide. And that is not good for BJ McLeod early on. He's going to have to fight for the free pass position. Schneider got into the left rear of Quinn Half, rather.
Car there on the outside.
0-0 for Starcom Racing.
You're all clear on top there. Clear all around there. Top 3, use it if you need it.
82 laps to go in stage 1. That sounded more violent than what it actually looked when we hit the curb that time into 3. I'm not trying to dive it in that early. It's just the car with this 750 low downforce package just kind of slides into the corner sometimes, especially as the tires are now 50 laps old. It just kind of gradually runs towards the bottom of the racetrack. You almost have to drive it in deeper to keep it from just turning left automatically. Good Boyer up to second place now.
Got a car low now. You're all clear on the bottom end. All clear.
To see how the cautions are going to play. We only had one caution per incident at Road America yesterday. That was a season low. And we got trouble in turn 1. There's a car up in smoke. And it looks like it may be Ryan Blaney in the 12 half. No, it is, Blaney was stuck behind the car. 77 of Ross Chastain is going to have an issue, and he'll be the first driver to have to pull onto pit road, and it will be an unscheduled pit stop. See if Chastain can get that car back out onto the racetrack. Non-factor as far as trying to qualify for the playoffs we're concerned coming into the night outside the top 30 points. Inspired Motorsports 77 car. Season 2. Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot Joe Nemechek won a race here. He won a super speedway race, too, if I remember right. Or was at least close a bunch of times. Blaney was definitely not a good benefactor of 77 having an issue right in front of him, because now he'll go a lap down into turn 3. Kind of sends it in on him. Trying to clear him 3 wide on corner entry with Balicki, the slower car, all the way up on the high side. Christopher Bell trying to squeeze and defend the 99 for an extra corner. He doesn't want to go a lap down in 12. Schneider lapping a lot of cars and looks to have the fastest car in the field early on. So have to see how that will hold. Mentioned a couple times already that this is a long race. The drivers will not have to pit at all on stage 1, by the way, as well. Make enough fuel and tires. Comes it in deep, 3 wide under the Chip Ganassi Racing Chevrolets of Kurt Busch and Matt Kenseth, who are both qualified for the playoffs. Kenseth with the win, Kurt Busch on points. Schneider forces it in 3 wide again on DiBenedetto and Johnson, and he has lapped a ton of cars early on in this race, now inside the top 10. As far as positions of where some of these cars are that are a lap down, I believe DiBenedetto and Johnson were in 9th and 10th, or 8th and 9th rather, right there. It waits until the next lead lap car, though. Truex is still only 6.5 seconds off the lead. All of that thick lap traffic that Schneider worked through quickly, Truex is going to have to work through eventually as well. And we'll see if he can get through there just as quick.
All right, you're clear. Clear high, bud. Still there? All right, you're clear then. You got room, you're clear.
Glenn Boyer less than a second behind Truex as well for second place still. Riding it in 3rd, and he's quite a ways ahead of Harvick, who's in 4th. Lap 68. We're going to alternate through the different camera angles for the first time in the race today.
Got one down low now.
William Byron trying to cross over the 99. Loose. Chopping off the 24. 3 wide now.
Stay low, stay low. All right.
Open the throttle through turns 3 and 4. Logano gonna get past.
Halfway, this time by.
Halfway through stage 1, 65 laps left.
Got one peeking outside.
A little bit of damage on the front bumper of the 99. Couple bump and run-ins too.
Careful, still there. Car there on the outside. All clear.
Kozlowski going to go a second lap down. Denny Hamlin going a lap down in the 5th position. Hamlin, first driver, 1 lap down.
Car high, careful. Clear high, clear high.
Not as much open room to run for the 99. Pretty much the whole race, considering where he started. I'm still going to say I qualified 20th, even though we had to go to the back when we had to restart after that game glitch a couple laps in. And there's BJ McLeod in 16th. He's in danger of going 2 laps down. Schneider's going to try to cut him a little bit of a break here. I'm doing it for you guys. I don't want to lap him a second time already. But if Truex starts to close in a whole lot, then we're going to have to pick up the pace. But right now, we'll let BJ McLeod survive. Sit behind Cole Custer and McLeod. It's almost harder to control at a slower pace than what it is when we try to push as hard as we can. Unless we enter a lot higher. Then it rolls all right.
Still there.
Truex dealing with some pretty heavy lap traffic right now. Schneider's got a fast enough car in the long run that, I mean, yeah, over time, Truex is probably going to close in if we do stay green to the end of the stage. Schneider is sparing BJ McLeod. Plus, you got to think, too, strategically. If BJ McLeod makes the playoffs over Clint Boyer, that's a live fast car getting in over a Stuart Haas Ford. And when you consider the fact that all 4 Hendrick Chevys may miss, that is at least 5 competitive cars that are not going to be in the playoffs. That can help Schneider's run throughout the postseason. I applied for a light job. Welcome to the stream. Schneider on the outside of Cole Custer. Ooh, almost pushed into the wall. Definitely harder to hold the outside on old tires, that's for sure.
Careful, still there.
54 laps to go at stage 1, an 11.5-second lead.
Still there.
Schneider going to go 3 wide.
Car on the outside.
Sends it underneath Cole Custer. Put him 2 laps down. Cloud up to the 15th position. Bubba Wallace was also 4th spot, so it would be Ryan Newman.
All clear up top.
Schneider's still going to try to spare BJ McLeod as he runs in line right behind him.
Got a car low now.
Oh, and Custer tries to move Schneider. He's saying, hang on a minute. I was trying to get around to 78 before you passed me. If you're just going to hold off, you better get going. Custer putting a lot of pressure on Schneider. I mean, at the end of the day, Schneider's going to try to win this race and get the playoff points. I'd like BJ McLeod to make the playoffs, so we'll do what we can. Just past Ryan Newman for position now, so he's up to 14th, stage 1. The problem is the guy he's racing and came in only 1 point behind is Clint Boyer, and Boyer right now is in 3rd. Schneider really loose off turn 4. Put the power down. You guys are on 80 lap older tires already. Old tires in general. One driver out of the race would be Ross Chastain.
Hold your line, got one outside. All right, you're clear there. Hold your line, got one inside. You got room, you're clear there. Hold your line, got one inside.
Schneider on the high side. Trying to side draft Austin Dillon and pull him back as much as possible, helping the 78 maybe get a run. Cloud's been trying the high side to get around Ryan Priest. Priest pulled up right in front of him, though. Comes Newman on the bottom. Schneider pulls down to block him. Newman going to cross over. Schneider to the outside. Here comes Denny Hamlin 3 wide. Hamlin only 1 lap down, trying to get back on the lead lap. I'd bump draft him, but I'm scared he's going to get loose into turn 1. Do that. Looks like he's on the outside of the 37 now. Schneider tries to give him a shot off quarter exit. That didn't help. Actually, probably just got the 78 loose, so that's what I was afraid of. Now Denny Hamlin to the high side. Probably a car Schneider would like to keep a lap down if he could help it. Now he's going to make his way underneath Austin Dillon. On the curbing, 3 wide and tight again. Not making contact there, and now Hamlin tries to move the 99. Hamlin doesn't want to sit and wait either. Ashley G, welcome to the stream. Oh, McLeod did not pick up the throttle at all right there. He's going to lose another lap. He's back on that bottom lane. Schneider's going to squeeze into the middle and pull back to the bottom and try to make room for some of these guys. Now McLeod's going to go up the middle. 3 wide. Schneider's going to try to hold up Ryan Newman on the inside. In doing that, they're going to be 4 wide into turn 3. Schneider is just, I should say the Channel Racing team is just a single car team. So he's trying to work with BJ McLeod, it looks like, who is a cell-phone single-car team as well. These two have a lot in common. And he'll let McLeod go, which, and hence let Denny Hamlin and Ryan Newman go as well.
Careful, still there.
These aren't even the same manufacturer, but
Got a carload now. Clear load.
Schneider in a Toyota, McLeod in a Chevrolet. Schneider to the outside of BJ McLeod.
Still there.
And McLeod may get underneath Ryan Newman here. Oh, McLeod got really loose off turn 4. Schneider trying to hold off Keselowski. Keselowski puts a bump to the back of the 99 into turn 1. And Custer, who went shooting in on the high side to get around the 2. Stacked up behind Schneider. Schneider trying to follow McLeod still into turn 3. BJ using the bumper on Ryan Newman to make a pass for 14th once again. On speed, excuse me, it doesn't look like the 78 is that much slower than the 11. The 11 just got through the live traffic a lot easier. Seems to be the problem for McLeod right now, because he was up to 12 at one point very early in this race. Now BJ's finally made it through the traffic. Schneider has as well. Truex has closed now to 7.5 seconds off the race lead. Truex dealing with a ton of lap traffic. Obviously, that was a lot that Schneider just went through as well. I could really get the power down on exit. Really both ends of the racetrack, and that's where McLeod gets a big run. Boyer's just lost a spot to Kevin Harvick. Harvick actually up to second as well, past both Truex and Boyer off of turn 2. Boyer currently beating McLeod by 10 positions. It's 10 points. Plus, McLeod is not in position to get stage points right now, where Boyer, the stage ended currently, he would get 7 stage points at stage 1. That would put him 8 points ahead of BJ McLeod as they run once stage 2 begins. Problem is Clint Boyer's on the lead lap and McLeod's 1 lap down. That is really where there's a huge difference.
Careful, still there.
It does seem like second through fourth. Schneider got a little loose off the exit of turn 2. His second time. Car's almost spun out on him off the exit of the corner, but it does look like some of those guys are getting held up in that heavy lap traffic, and Schneider's got a 13-second lead again. That's just him kind of taking it easy and riding behind the 78 car. I gotta say, I've never done this before. NASCAR Heat 4, NASCAR Heat 5, NASCAR Thunder 4, NASCAR Chase for the Cup 2005. I've never like just flat out helped another driver like we're trying to help BJ McLeod today and spare him a lap.
You got room. You're clear.
Trying to see if he can make the playoffs in this regular season finale.
You got room. You're clear. Hold your line. Got one outside.
McLeod to the high side right now on the 49 of Chad Fincham. 15-second lead over Kevin Harvick and Martin Truex Jr. And McLeod could be closing in on Boyer. If there is a possibility that Schneider could put Boyer a lap down, that would be big.
Careful. Still there.
Ready to go yet, stage 1.
Got one peeking inside.
100 laps under green to start this race.
You got room.
Just
You're clear
insane.
there. Outside. Clear high, bud. Got one outside now. Clear all around there.
Bob has tried the outside a few times. He just cannot roll it well at all. He can't. He really needs to try to get to the bottom to pass these slower cars. Again, on speed, he's not that much slower than, say, 5th place Denny Hamlin. I know Boyer's in 4th. He could be competitive on speed with him, but qualifying hurt him and trying to get through traffic is really hurt him. He's stuck in the wrong lane.
Hold your line. Got one inside. You got room. You're clear there.
Cloud is the last car, 1 lap down as well.
Hold your line. Got one inside. Clear low. Clear low. Hold your line. Got one outside. Hold your line. Got one inside.
Slowski looking to the inside.
Hold your
Trying
line,
to
got
side
one
draft
inside.
the 73.
All right, you're clear.
Little bump with the 2.
One inside. Looking inside now.
Finally to the outside of the 34 of McDowell now.
Car there on the inside.
Oh, but he gets loose getting back to the gas off turn 4. McLeod's going to lose a spot to Keselowski and lose that extra lap. Schneider going to go up the track. He's going to let the 78 in. Trying to hold up the 41 to Custer. 16.5 seconds off the race lead.
Outside.
Oh, had a hard time trying to pick that gas back up.
Clear there. Car high. Careful.
Jeez, Schneider got really loose. In the braking zone in turn 1, Custer gets one of his 2 laps back. Schneider back to the inside of him and got into the back of Bobby Carter getting into turn 3 as well. Still clears Custer off the exit of turn 4. And McLeod tries to go to the outside on Carter, and now it looks like he's trying to do it on McDowell again. That didn't work earlier. He just got really loose.
Careful, still there. Stay high up here. Careful, still there.
They're side drafting 73 car. Schneider gonna let the 78 back down to the bottom, who now is falling back to 16. Truex still struggling in the traffic, along with Harvick. Boyer, Hamlin is closing in on him. 20 to go this time by.
We've got 24 laps.
110 laps, green flag to start this race. Close in on the stage break. Not sure exactly where Boyer is in all this. He's 18 seconds off the lead. Can't quite see his car up there yet. A second and a half yet ahead of Hamlin. McLeod gets to the inside lane, which he will underneath Custer. Tried to, as it looks like he put the bumper to the left rear of Custer. Tried to follow the 78 car through this mess. Instead, it looks like he's going to try to go to the high side. Not a wise decision. Really needed to get back down to the inside. His little tailspin off the exit of turn 2 for Schneider again. Now he'll get underneath the 17.
Careful, still there. Careful, still there.
Busher pinching off Schneider. Trying to let him in briefly. Now he'll try to get around him into turn 3, and he will.
All right, clear outside.
Good thing Almirola had a good second place run yesterday to clinch himself on points. He's running 26 right now.
Stay low, stay low.
DJ McLeod making headway on the bottom. Hamlin's stuck on the high side right now. He could be in danger of going a lap down. Chase Elliott, who's already one lap down up here, could also be in danger of losing a lap.
All right.
And I see Clint Boyer's 14 car up there. If McLeod can catch it and pass him, and then Schneider can pass Boyer,
Stay low.
then both McLeod and Boyer will be one lap down at the end of stage 1. At least they'll be back on the same lap again to start stage 2. I might have to try to be really aggressive here to take it 3 wide, though.
Still there.
She's got to be telling him the scenario, and it's got to be telling him, hey, that Schneider will work with you. You're going to have to make the moves.
Careful, still there.
He's going to pull up and clear Custer. He's going to get back down to the inside into turn 3 to try and get underneath the 11 of Denny Hamlin. Schneider clears Custer, tries to hold him off.
Got one up top.
Hamlin tried to aggressively get back down to the bottom. He couldn't do it. Schneider wouldn't like to lap the 11.
Clear up top.
Boyer up to 3rd.
Got one outside now. All right.
He's kind of pulling away out of this mess.
Car there on the outside. All right, you're clear. Car outside. You got room. You're clear there.
I mean, even if we hold up the cars behind us to allow McLeod to stay only one lap down to the end of stage 1, he will have to pick this pace up in stage 2. It's going to be a little bit harder to try and just ride in line behind him as we get closer to the end of the race. Schneider's still going to try to get the stage wins, get the race win.
You got to focus.
Got 10 more laps to go. Now McLeod takes it 3 wide. underneath of LaJoy and Bell. And we'll see. I mean, he may have a chance to get a top 10 in the stage, at least get some sort of stage points. We know Boyer's going to get quite a few. Schneider will put Christopher Bell 2 laps down.
Got a car high now.
Schneider just keeps lapping, the cars that McLeod is passing. Should help him. BJ going to try to go to the high side on Chase Elliott.
Stay on the bottom.
Schneider going to send it deep into turn 1. Trying to get underneath the 9 on the curbing in turns 1 and 2. Trying to side draft Elliott, and he side drafted him enough. The 78 was able to clear. And now he clears Elliott off turn 4. Scraped the wall a little bit. Process of doing that. But got it done, so now Elliott 2 laps down.
Hold your line, got one outside. Clear high, clear
We're
high.
going to try to take it 3 wide, side draft and double zero. Quinn Half as well. And McLeod going to get back down to the bottom to pass Joey Gase, so that worked out very well.
All right, you're clear there.
Denny Hamlin, last car in the lead, lap at 5th. Truex is back to within 9.5 seconds of the lead. 5 laps to go in stage 1. Quinn Half. We're not sparing Quinn Half. He's a little too slow. And he'd have to win this race to get in. McLeod is in a situation to point himself in. As you see on the left-hand side of the screen, only 1 point below Clint Boyer on the cutoff line coming into the race. Though Boyer is in 3rd, Harvick could potentially pass him, but those two are teammates, so maybe Harvick will let Boyer go, knowing the situation he's in, trying to get as many Stewart-Haas cars into the playoffs as possible. Custer will not make it, but unless he goes on to win today, he's already 2 laps down, though, in the 14th spot. 2 laps down is almost a death sentence and trying to get back on the lead lap, so that is why Schneider's not trying to pass McLeod and trying to keep him in the game. Under the curving in turns 1 and 2. We'll have 2 laps to go this time by. Boyer's actually running down Truex and pulling away from Harvick. See if he can get to 2nd place. 2 laps to go, stage 1. I'm not sure if Byron will be for position or not. Or McLeod. I know Keselowski would be. Perhaps Logano as well. Half a lap to go. One final time into turns 3 and 4. Keegan Schneider will win stage 1 at Martinsville as he spares the 78 of BJ McLeod. 35th stage win of the year for Schneider. This one comes in stage 1 of the regular season finale at Martinsville. Clint Boyer now 9 points above the cutoff line on BJ McLeod going into the next stage. It's going to put Alex Bowman in a must-win situation. Got to make sure I pit here. 3 seconds of damage. That is going to be repaired. And that will give Kevin Harvick, who gains not 1, not 2, but 3 spots on pit road. So Harvick will restart from the lead. Stage 2 underway at Martinsville. Schneider going to try to send it in deep into turn 1. Nope, not deep enough. He couldn't get underneath the 4 of Harvick, who is going to clear the 19 of Truex. Schneider still side by side with the 14 of Boyer. Now Schneider drives it in deep into turn 1. Boyer with the crossover. He'll take it 3 wide. Schneider sends it into turn 1 now, and he pushes the 14 up the track. Bump and run, and he's up to second. Truex is squeezed into the wall. And here comes Denny Hamlin for second place. Harvick, the race leader, is getting away as Schneider finds himself in line behind the 11 rather. The 14 is still stuck in the middle between Truex and lap car Jimmy Johnson. Schneider battles Hamlin for second place.
Still there.
Drives it in deep into turn 3. Now he's underneath the 11. Side by side off the exit of turn 4.
Careful, still there.
Schneider overdrove the corner. Kyle Busch going to beat both drivers to the bottom. What a clean pass by Kyle Busch. He's the first car lap down, but now Schneider will go 3 wide. Underneath the 18. And the 11, still 3 wide. Schneider clears them both now at the start-finish line. He's up to second. Harvick has already pulled ahead to a 3-second lead after a phenomenal pit stop by his crew, gaining 3 spots on pit road to get to restart out in front. And he nailed that restart. Schneider was going to try to drive it deep into turn 1. He just couldn't even get there. Schneider just ran his fastest lap of the race that last time, 19.952. Boyer's falling back to 5th. Now he just got back around Truex for 4th. It is going to be an uphill climb for BJ McLeod to try and point his way in here tonight. Finishing 13th after stage 1. 10 spots behind Boyer. The difference there, again, 8 stage points for Boyer compared to 0 for McLeod. Joshua Rumsey, welcome to the stream.
Looking inside now.
Kyle Busch keeps challenging to the bottom. Schneider gets a good drive off on the high side whenever Kyle gets underneath him. Schneider gets the power down. He's able to fend everybody off. We still have not had a caution for incident today, which is insane considering the fact that in 8 more laps, we're going to be 150 laps complete at Martinsville. NASCAR Heat 5 nonetheless. Only pit stops were during the stage break. That was Schneider's fastest lap now, 19.912. R6, welcome to the stream as well. Still about 0.3 of a second off. I'd say about 2.5 of a second off. My fastest lap ever at Martinsville. 19.951.
Hold your line, got one inside.
Got parked the corner off a little bit better that time, getting the drive off of turn 2. Do the same thing in turns 3 and 4.
Hold your line, got one inside. Clear all around there.
Really beat Busch back to the gas. Kind of consistently right around the 19.9s. Slides the car into turn 3. Nicks the curving and actually helped him turn that time. 19.93. Really good corner, 1 and 2. Harvick's starting to lose a little bit of that gap that he had over Schneider since hitting lap traffic. I've been watching in a while, just started, but I'm back in the team watching. Hey, thanks. Thanks for coming back. Appreciate it.
Got one peeking inside. You got room, you're clear.
School is definitely more important for me. I understand. Yeah, what a game for anybody who watched that Packers and 49ers game last night. Whale of a game. Back and forth pretty much the entire fourth quarter. I thought the Niners won when they scored that last touchdown and left only 27 seconds on the clock. It's just insane. 27 seconds of no timeouts. Green Bay still charged down the field. Got within field goal range. And Crosby nails a 51-yarder. Perfect, right down the pipe. Wins the game.
Careful, still there. You got room, you're clear there.
That was one of, I believe, 3 games yesterday that ended in a field goal to end the game. Of course, the Ravens and Justin Tucker setting the NFL record for the longest field goal. 66-yarder off the crossbar and in to win the game against the Lions. The Packers game, as I just mentioned, Mason Crosby nailing his kick, and then the Raiders won in overtime by a field goal as well.
Still there.
In the final minute of overtime. There may have been more, I just know that those were 3 that I can think of at least.
You got room, you're clear there. Still there.
Yeah, that's just insane. I mean, Justin Tucker, I mean, he's the reason why, like, I try to draft him on my fan. Oh my gosh, the curb again has struck in turn 3. Schneider's going to go around. My goodness. NASCAR LOL, welcome to the stream. Our second, I should say that's our first caution of the race. Luckily, only 2 seconds of damage that time, but Schneider has just bounced off the curb in a bad way. The car spun out on him. That's just like, that's not even my fault. I'm not going to count that against me. It is what it is. That's the second time that's happened. This one's going to bring out a caution. It's only 2 seconds of damage, thankfully, so it looks like it's a lot more, but it's only 2 seconds. Kyle Busch gets the free pass. Couple cars a lap down pitted. How about BJ McLeod up to 9th place now? Green flag back in the air. Harvick will lead the field to the green. Schneider was closing in on him. Now he's got to restart on the high side. And he's obviously got some damage on his car. Even if it's only 2 seconds worth, he's going to have to be careful. Harvick again nails the restart and hangs on to the lead. It didn't register the damage to the front of the car, so it is definitely really loose after getting piled into from behind, and around goes the 99. It gets compacted by Denny Hamlin off the exit of the corner as well. 15 seconds of damage that time. And the reason why he lost traction control off of turn 2 is because of the damage to the back bumper after the curb, which brought out the first yellow. Schneider will have to pit now. And he will have to repair this damage as well. Free pass to Jimmy Johnson. And because there were 2 lead lap cars of Kyle Busch and Kevin Harvick who stayed out of the pits, those drivers 1 lap down could not get the wave around. Green flag back in the air. Well, Prater had the record before anyway. Or are you talking about in the game?
Stay low, stay low.
Prater had the NFL record of 64 yards. Not anymore. See, the thing is, too, is that Tucker hit, I know it was in a dome, but he still hit it with like 0 wind or humidity. And Matt Prater's kick was in Denver, which is a mile high because of the altitude. The ball just automatically flies further. There's a reason why, like, the Rockies have as many home runs as a team as they do every year out in Colorado. There's no altitude in Detroit under that roof. Kyle Busch on older tires, as well as Kevin Harvick. Harvick has finally lost the lead to Martin Truex Jr.
Still there.
Schneider slides underneath Kyle Busch to get back inside the top 5. Schneider will have to take a pass-through penalty, though, for repairing that 15 seconds of damage. When will he decide to pit?
Careful, still there.
It's got to be under green. And here in Martinsville, you are going to lose a lap. A little bump to the 12 of Blaney.
Still there.
Another bump to the 12th car.
Careful, still there.
Benedetto is for position, battling Schneider for 5th. Went at Chicagoland earlier in the season for the 21. Got underneath Schneider off the exit of turn 4, and he is there as they enter now into turn 1. Schneider overdrove the corner. Benedetto will pull easily clear. Schneider will take his pass-through penalty this time by as he is stuck in traffic. 30 miles per hour is the pit road speed limit. He'll get down in time. No tires, no fuel here. He just pitted during that last caution for fuel and tires, but very unfortunate to have to serve this penalty, even though it wasn't really my fault. We didn't have the damage from that. We'll just say the curb came up, causing the first caution, then we wouldn't have had that second caution where we received damage. It is what it is. We'll stop and go for more than 3 seconds in the pit box. Schneider gonna lose a lap, has already lost a lap.
Okay, get back in there. Let's go.
Back in 13, spins the tires. Coming out of the pits, my goodness.
Your speed, driver.
Well, the car's damage-free now. Schneider's back to 13th. And he is the last car on the lead lap area. Prater tried breaking his own record with a 68-yard field goal. What, was it in the game, or was it? Because I know he had tried to break his record before, but yeah, I had no clue. He tried it yesterday if he did. Yeah, I practiced before this race, so I knew the pit road speed was 30 miles an hour. Thanks, though. Got the pit road pretty well, too.
Stay low.
Definitely tough to back the speed down that slow to make it to the pits without speeding. She's got to do a better job of staying off that curb in turn 3. I mean, for whatever reason, the game glitches, and it sucks that we have to not hit the curb in turn 3 because the game glitches like that, but it is what it is, and we're just going to have to work our way around it. Clint Boyer, meanwhile, has just taken the race lead from Truex and led that last lap before Truex takes it back into turn 1. Not what BJ McLeod wants to see as he's running in the 12th position.
Still there.
And locks up the brakes. High side. He got into turns 1 and 2. And Benedetto now battling for the lead as well, and he is out in front. Tried doing it yesterday and it was taken back for a 109-yard touchdown. Oh, jeez. I didn't even see that. Well, that's the risk you pay. And obviously, they ended up losing the game on a last-second field goal, so if that wouldn't have got ran back, they wouldn't have even lost yesterday to begin with. Crazy. We can trust the curving in 1 and 2, hugging it as we go 3 wide underneath Chase Elliott, Alex Bowman on the outside. A couple of Hendrick cars that are likely in a must-win situation with all the stage points Clint Boyer scored in stage 1. We know Bowman is definitely in a must-win situation now. Elliott has a very, very slim chance to still point his way in, but likely looking at a must-win.
You're clear there.
Wait, who's Prater not playing for the Lions then? I really don't know. Is he playing for Arizona? Is that what you're telling me? I was thinking he was still playing for the Lions, so when you said that the Ravens would have won. That makes a little bit more sense. Look at this. 3 wide. Clint Boyer stuck in this traffic too. Lost a lot of ground.
Got a car high now.
He's going to lose another spot to Truex, it looks like, as well. Took it 3 wide. Still 3 wide off the exit of turn 2. Hamlin stuck on the high side as well. Kyle Busch up 3rd. Will bounce back after he was a lap down at the end of stage 1.
You got room. You're clear.
Schneider might have just got stuck on the high side now. He gets picked behind the 38 of Nemechek. Now he'll squeeze. 3 wide middle.
Hold your line. Got 1 inside. All right. Clear outside.
Hop in line and try to cross over the 19 car into turn 1. Raiders in Arizona. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I didn't even know that. I did pick the Cardinals, though, in my contest yesterday. 3 for 3. For both entries, too. So awesome for me.
Still there. You got room. You're clear.
Schneider with being a lap down. We know he's got the speed to unlap himself if this stays green to the end of the stage. Right now, we would like to get into the free pass position if we do get a 3rd caution in stage 2.
Still there. All clear. You're all clear.
Sends it in on Bobby Carter.
Clear all around.
Pass. I did lose my first game in Fantasy League this weekend, though, too. So I'm 2-1 in Fantasy Football League. Not bad, though. You guys aren't going to score every week, I guess. Rodgers versus Henry in the Super Bowl. That'd be. I'd probably pick the Titans over the Packers there, only because Packers can't stop the run. They did a decent job of it last night, I guess. Schneider underneath the 2nd place car right now with Kevin Harvick. 10 to the right in front of him. Blaney still another 2.5 seconds ahead at 7.
got room. You're clear there.
Bush falling back to 6th, it looks like, as well.
Still there. You got room. You're clear. Careful. Still there. Stay on the bottom. Clear high, clear high.
So there is Blaney. This will put Schneider in the free pass position if he can get around the 12. It's a battle for 7th on the racetrack. And he'll clear him using the 10 of Almirola as a pick into turn 3. Blaney going to try to avoid the pick by going 3 wide to the high side. He lost himself some time there. LaJoie's going to get underneath him now. Schneider now trying to run down the 21 of DiBenedetto, who is the leader. So he can try and lap himself here. And not have to get the free pass position if he can help it. Going to alternate through the different camera angles once again. While the next dozen laps. Just past halfway through stage 2 at Martinsville. Under the lights.
Stay on the bottom here.
Good stack up there. An inside lane. Schneider got into the back of Tyler Reddick, who checked up behind Bubba Wallace. Wallace got checked up behind Logano in the 22.
Careful. Still there.
You can see Matt DiBenedetto up ahead.
Outside.
Bell getting a little loose.
Stay on the
So
bottom.
Logano up high. Not all these drivers have pit in this stage.
Still there. You got room. You're clear there.
Schneider on the inside of the 21 as he gets into the back of the 24 of Byron.
Stay low. Outside, outside.
Little hit there. Problematic for BJ McLeod, who's still 1 lap down, but on the high side up here, Schneider gets loose off turn 4, trying to get back to the gas. Benedetto almost got back down to the bottom, and now Christopher Bell just knocked Schneider up the racetrack and out of the way. It's going to sandwich Schneider 3 wide middle into turn 3.
Looking inside now.
So Bell put the bumper to the door of the 99. I don't think this is going to work out very well. 4 wide. Schneider just sends it into the corner.
Clear high, clear high. Car there on the outside.
He's trying to let McLeod go. Schneider's gotten around the 21 to Benedetto, and now Custer tries to punt the 99 into turn 3. And DiBenedetto's up high, 3 wide.
Stay low.
Schneider's found McLeod again.
Top 3 eliminated.
Schneider back on the lead lap. Benedetto, the leader, getting held up. So even in the 7th spot, Schneider back on the lead lap. That was his first priority. Now he's going to just try to help and ride behind the 78 again, trying to make sure the 21 does not catch him. I believe McLeod stayed out of the pits during both cautions in this stage. Schneider will try to defend the 21 car.
Stay high up here.
Schneider on the outside of BJ. He's going to make the pass on him. McLeod's just too slow. Schneider's got about 30 lap pressure tires. Hopefully McLeod can hold on his own. He's definitely separated from the 21. That'll help for now. And he's got a lot of clean air in front of him with Schneider making the quick pass on him. So Schneider's just going to try to run down the 21 car on his own, it looks like. maybe he's got a shot to actually catch him and still win stage 2. Try to get another playoff point with this being the regular season finale. Carry that over into the round of 16, which will start in the next race. In a few nights.
All right, you're clear. Hold your line, got one inside. Clear low, clear low.
Plus, I could. McLeod can hang on. Schneider can get around Boyer. That's one less position Boyer can get as well. Not sure where the 14 is running right now.
You got room, you're clear.
.49 laps to go in stage 2 for DiBenedetto. Schneider about 14.5 seconds off the race lead.
You got room, you're clear there.
That was a good point, by the way, that you made there, Ethan, as well. That free pass car would have to restart at the rear of the field. Versus if you get your lap back, you can restart right up there with the leaders in your scheduled position on the restart.
Stay on the bottom.
I think the Packers will easily win the NFC North. They're definitely the heavy favorites. I'm surprised Minnesota's playing as bad as they are right now. I think Dalvin Cook was out this week, so that didn't help them.
Still there.
The Bears' defense is solid, but they don't have an offense at all. I mean, that offensive line stinks. I was watching the Browns game against the Bears yesterday, and they were just. I felt bad for Josh Fields. And that looked bad. Sorry, Justin Fields, not Josh Fields. Justin Fields.
Careful, still there.
Got sacked 9 times. He was getting beat up. And it was bad, too. It was like, there was one play that one guy, like, literally went unblocked and just annihilated him. And nobody touched him. He was there in less than 3 seconds. It was bad. I think it was supposed to be like a running back screen, but the running back was supposed to, like, pick on his way out to buy enough time. And he didn't even do it. He just ran to the flat. Fields got drilled.
All clear.
Yeah, they should win the NFC North. That's not the biggest issue, though. I mean, we haven't had a problem the last couple of years since LaFleur came in winning the division. It's when we get to the playoffs, trying to get to the Super Bowl. So we get to the NFC Championship game, and then we just can't stop the run. Which is kind of, throughout the course of the season, that's the case.
Careful, still there.
But it's hit or miss throughout the course of the season. It's like when we get to the playoffs, it's a guarantee. We just can't stop the run. It's when the weakness gets exploited even more. And I think Benedetto has struggled so much in lap traffic that Schneider's going to have a chance to get there. Just past Kyle Busch. Now we'll pass Denny Hamlin to get back inside the top 5. We still got 42 to go. Boyer up here as well. Running in the second position. 3 wide underneath Truex and Harvick into turn 3 for third. Benedetto still got a comfortable lead for the moment, at least. I wonder if BJ McLeod's still hanging on. Big bounce off the curb, and that just shot the 99 into the 42 of Kenseth. Slight contact there.
Stay low, stay low.
Schneider underneath Boyer now into turn 3. Schneider will get around the 14 car for second place. 3.5 seconds off the race lead. 40 to go. Stage 2. And I can see BJ McLeod up there. He is right in line behind the 21 of DiBenedetto. Schneider late into the braking zone into 3. Threads the needle between Tyler Reddick and Eric Jones. Sorry, McLeod is actually ahead of DiBenedetto. I was looking at Kurt Busch originally. Kurt Busch is the car right in line on the 21. So McLeod is held on his own for the moment. So Schneider has a chance to not only save McLeod, but he's got a chance to actually win the stage and do that too.
Stay low, stay low.
Just like he did in stage 1, going 3 wide under the lap cars of Bowman and Kurt Busch. And he is going to look to the inside of DiBenedetto, 3 wide with the lap car in the middle into turn 3.
Car high, careful there.
Schneider gets the power down, clears DiBenedetto off the exit of the corner, and Keegan Schneider is back out in front.
Got one outside now.
Benedetto not done fighting yet. Really wanted to get to the bottom, but he couldn't do it there. Schneider clears a couple more lap cars now.
Got one up top. Got a car low now.
Logano just knocked the 99 up the track. Trying to get one of his laps back. Schneider with a push to the back of the 78 off turn 4. And gets sandwiched between the 41 and the 22. Schneider didn't even check up in time, and obviously neither did Logano. I was definitely going to have to get around Joey Gase on the high side here pretty soon.
Careful, still there.
And he's definitely struggling to do so. Schneider back underneath.
Got one up top.
Go 3 wide. I'll try to side draft the 41 of Custer if he can help it.
Careful, still there.
Trying to pull him back, and that's going to get McLeod clear.
Got one outside.
BJ back to the bottom. Schneider lets him in. Schneider at 13. Sorry, McLeod rather at 13. Schneider trying to keep McLeod ahead of him, and he's trying to hang on to the lead at the same time. Got a lot of laps left yet in the stage. Boyer in third. He's a second and a half off the lead.
Got one peeking inside. All right, you're clear there.
Pulls the pack behind him off the back straightaway. And Benedetto's still stuck on the outside. He is still in second place, but now 1 second off the lead as the 78 and the 99 are pulling away from him in cleaner air. Quinn Houff will be the next lap car ahead of McLeod. I'm surprised that Carolina's playing as good as they are. The Broncos, too. Both those teams are playing really good. I mean, it's very early in the year, though. We got a long season to go. And the problem is for the Panthers, Christian McCaffrey's out for a little bit, too. That's going to hurt him. Hopefully he can come back soon. Cloud's going to get to the inside of Quinn Houff pretty quickly. Schneider going to follow. There's still lap traffic between where Schneider's at and where DiBenedetto's at. So this is working out all right. 30 to go in stage 2. Glenn Boyer up to second. He gets around DiBenedetto. But now Boyer's stuck on the high side. Benedetto got loose on the bottom, but at least he is back to the inside lane. Trying to get back around the 14 car again. Yeah, the Raiders are looking pretty good too. 3-0. They've beaten some good teams too. The Steelers and the who did they beat week 1? Monday night, the Ravens?
Stay high, stay high.
No. Who did the Raiders beat week 1? Somebody needs to help me down in the chat.
Careful, still there. You got room.
Was it? It might have been the Ravens. I think I had it right the first time. Let's see though, Kansas City, they got to play still twice. Denver's looking good, they got to play them twice. Off to a good start though. Lynn Boyer holding on. He is closing in on Schneider. Schneider stuck behind the 78 of McLeod. And a caution will wave. With not many laps to go in the stage. Caution's out at Martinsville. And we'll be seeing pit stops once again. Schneider not going to repair that 1 second damage so he can try and win the race off of pit road this time and not lose a couple spots like he did on the first 2 stops of the race under caution conditions. So we'll have a late stage restart here in stage 2. Free pass to Kurt Busch in 8th. Harvick again gains a spot on pit road. Boyer loses a spot. He'll restart 3rd. Schneider wins the race out of the pits. He'll restart on the bottom. Green flag back in the air. Harvick has been good on the restart so far. He got a great launch on the high side again. And on the high side, Kevin Harvick will get to the lead. He has been unbelievable on the restarts today. And he's got a good chance to win the stage now with 21 more laps to go. Schneider trying to fend off Boyer. Oh yeah, I knew it was a weird game they won. I couldn't remember who they played. I guess I was right. It was the Ravens. Boyer with a little bump and run on Schneider. Schneider pushed up the track. He kept it off the 14, and now Kyle Busch goes 3 wide. Trying to get to second. Schneider's lost the inside lane as he tries to outbrake to Benedetto. Sends it into turn 3. Back into the 18 and the 14. And Benedetto's going for second place. 3 wide back behind. Johnson underneath the 18 and the 14. Schneider trying to get back to the inside. He will beat Johnson back to the throttle. Johnson first car lap down right now. Trying to keep himself alive as far as the playoff hopes go. He needs a win. Into Benedetto run down Harvick. He showed great speed in stage 2 so far. Harvick's definitely got the fastest short run car though. Schneider's pushing extremely hard right now. Like he had the stage win nearly locked up. Well, I wouldn't say that. Boyer was only second behind him. But he had the fastest car at that point in the run. Johnson just got underneath Schneider. Schneider hangs on to the position. $15 laps to go at stage 2. We got decent short run speed. I mean, we held on to second earlier. We're in 3rd now. So it's just like Kevin Harvick is so good on the short run. We got nothing for him. And even on the high side, it was Harvick who was able to hold on to the lead. Schneider just ran his fastest lap of the race that last time, 19.882. 0.2 of a second off from his fastest time ever at Martinsville. He did not have luck at Martinsville last year, had a poor run. And remember, this was the final race of the round of 8 as it is in real life. And unfortunately, Schneider missed the championship 4 by 1 point to Kyle Busch.
Stay high. Got one down low now.
He's looking for redemption with a win here today. Johnson got around him. Schneider going to try to cross Jimmy back over in turns 1 and 2.
Stay low, stay low.
Couldn't quite get back to the gas.
Still there.
And beat him there. Kyle Busch looks low. Johnson is cleared up high, but here is Busch on the bottom.
You got room, you're clear. You got a car low now.
Schneider tried to hold on in front of the 18. He couldn't do it. Busch is clear, trying to block Schneider. Schneider got back into the gas at a weird spot. The car just turned straight up the track. That was really strange. I mean, he was down on the bottom. Now Custer just punted to the 99. Schneider's losing a bunch of spots. Back to 4th. It's just really weird. Went down to the bottom. Busch blocked. And then when Schneider tried to go back to the high side. The car just pushed into the wall. It was really, really weird. I don't know why it wanted to spin that way. Luckily, it wasn't too hard of a hit. 8 to go, stage 2. Harvick in lap traffic. DiBenedetto's closing in on him. Both Harvick and DiBenedetto locked into the playoffs, so they're looking for a stage win. Finally back underneath Custer. Custer pinches him down though. Schneider couldn't quite get the run off the exit of the corner, had to file in line behind him. Took a dive into turn 1. Got 6 more laps left in the stage. I'm not sure where Clint Boyer has fallen to. He's outside the top 6. Lost a lot of spots on that restart. He had to restart in 3rd. Lost 1 spot, but at least he was in the preferred inside lane. Things did not go his way though. Harvick trying to hold on to get the stage win. Harvick still winless on the season. Benedetto with 1 win. Jimmy Johnson still in the free pass position in 9th. Gonna get back on the lead lap at the end of the stage. I see Boyer back there, not sure what position he's in exactly. Truex is up a bit. Schneider sends it into turn 3, back underneath the 48. 18 of Busch is caught behind the 51 of Case. Schneider might have a shot to get back to 3rd.
All right, you're clear.
Gonna go 3 wide underneath Case and Busch. And he is clear of Busch down the back straightaway for 3rd. 5.5 seconds off the lead, 3 seconds off a second. Busch battles back to the inside again. Schneider gets the drive off turn 4, 2 to go in the stage. Contact with the 37. Open the door up on the bottom for Busch again. Schneider is already locked in the regular season championship, so stage points do not matter for him. He's strictly looking for the playoff points for stage wins and race wins tonight. He got 1 stage win in stage 1, but he still wants as good of a position as he can heading on to pit row, and this is the final lap of the stage. Busch is clear. Schneider going to try to cross him over into turn 3.
Careful, still there.
Lap car of the 49 in the way. Schneider will still clear Busch back. The last lap pass for 3rd in stage 2. Stage 2 winner Kevin Harvick. Here tonight, Clint Boyer ends up 7th. At the end of the 2nd stage, McLeod 12th. So no stage points at all tonight for BJ McLeod. And Boyer actually passed Hamlin on the last lap for 6th. So 5 points, in stage 2 for Clint Boyer. You'll be seeing pit stops again here during the stage break. And Jimmy Johnson will get the free pass in 9th. I'll get those points updated on the left side of your screen before we start the final stage. And we'll get that all ready to go. Definitely not a good position going into the final stage for BJ McLeod compared to what it was at the start of the night. That's very unfortunate for him. But that is the case. This won't take me that long, guys. Just give me 1 second. Oh, I had to keep track of 2 drivers' points. I just got to crop it out so I can get it into the left-hand side of the screen and be good to go. Well, this is the time to like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. Whoa, 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 whoa. What's going on? String got all wonky on me there for a second. So you're not going to see Bowman or Elliott's stats on the right side of this, or Bowman or Elliott's points on the left side of the screen anymore. Get rid of that one. There we go. So there you see the points. Going into the final stage, Clint Boyer now 14 points ahead of BJ McLeod, Chase Elliott, and Bowman, who had a chance to point their way coming into the night. No stage points for Bowman, only 2 stage points in stage 1 for Chase Elliott. And they are in a situation where they have to win now. They want to get in, and Elliott is 2 laps down. Bowman is 3 down. It's going to be tough for those guys. It's the night race at Daytona, NASCAR Heat 5 fuel mileage race. It's the only one that could make it. Ran out of fuel coming to the line. Was at 90 miles an hour. My goodness, that's a thrilling win. Schneider lost 3 spots on pit road that time. Has to restart 6, and Kurt Busch forces it up the middle, knocking the 99 out of the line. Schneider fights to get back to the bottom, though, and he couldn't quite get to the inside. Keselowski was still there. And he'll hop in line behind the 2. Matt DiBenedetto gets to the lead that time, so Kevin Harvick could not nail the restart for the 4th time tonight. 3 for 1 on the restarts, and he's still stuck on the high side. This is costing him. He is side by side with Hamlin for 4th now. We are in the final stage. What is going to happen here? Only one driver out of the race. That would be Ross Chastain. Blew an engine back early in stage 1. Oh, I didn't even give Harvick that stage point. Hang on. Or the stage win, I mean. That was the 3rd stage win of the season for Kevin Harvick. There we go. 3rd stage win of the season for Harvick. Harvick did find his way back in line. People watching, 3 likes. Hit that like button, ladies and gentlemen. Regular season finale at Martinsville under the lights. DiBenedetto leads. We'll have just 10 full races left on the NASCAR Heat 5, NASCAR Heat 5 in general. We'll be done. We'll have a couple nights before our playoff opener. Tomorrow night on the channel, we'll be running NASCAR Chase for the Cup 2005, some Busch Series racing there at the Atlanta Motor Speedway, where we're going to try to lock up the championship. All we need to do is make sure Bobby Hamilton Jr. does not beat us by 3 points tomorrow, which essentially means he's got to beat us. If he beats us by 1 position, that will be the 3 points, unless we lead more laps than him. And it'll depend how many bonus points we get for laps led, of course, on how many positions he could beat us by, whether it's 1 or 2. And we'd still end up clinching the championship early. That'll be fun. Not the final race of the season, but imagine if it was the final race of the year and those were the point stipulations going into Homestead. That'd be a lot more nerve-wracking for me, but we'll be on the attack trying to get that championship locked up as soon as we can. If we get into early trouble, we'll probably just play it safe and try to lock it up the next race. We need to overforce the issue and give Hamilton an opportunity. back in the 8th place position. Keselowski, first driver lap down in 10. Maybe not for long, though, because Kenseth's right there on him. You see BJ McLeod not that much further behind. McLeod needs to beat Clint Boyer by 14 spots in this final stage if he's going to want to get into the playoffs on points. He did a great job getting to within 1 point of the cutoff line coming into the night, but Clint Boyer has just been on fire from the get-go, finishing 3rd and 6th in both stages. McLeod 0 stage points total in both stages tonight, finishing 13th in both of them, 12th and 13th in both stages. So. Still lap down too. He was a lap down at the end of stage 1 and hasn't been able to get back on the lead lap since.
Still there.
Gonna obviously need to move forward in the running order, and he's gonna have to have Boyer start losing some positions at some point. And just past Keselowski for position. Kenseth's really pulling away from Brad. We do have some underdog drivers that are in the playoffs, though, still. Considering how Matt Kenseth actually ran in 2020, I think we can consider him an underdog, even though he is a former champion. Definitely consider Ricky Stenhouse Jr. and John Hunter Nemechek some underdogs, so it'll be interesting to see how far all those guys can go when the playoffs begin. Especially Stenhouse. He does have 5 top 10s this year. And he's ran really, really good on the road courses. We got 2 road courses in the playoffs, Watkins Glen, and then the Charlotte Roval. And a couple super speedways, of course, the Championship 4 at Talladega, that plays into Stenhouse's wheelhouse. Daytona as well one more time in the playoffs for the Coke 0400. Schneider's fastest lap of the race, a 19.874 that last time. Closed in considerably on Truex.
Stay out the bottom. All clear.
They're going to go 3 wide into 3. Underneath Kurt Busch and Truex. We were getting backed up right in front of these guys. Kurt's going to wisely get out of the gas and let the 19 and the 99 go. He's going to kind of file in now on the high side behind Truex. Harvick right in front of the 19 car as well. Schneider sends it now underneath Boyer. And just clears the 14 car. And the 19. Wonder if Boyer knows that we've been trying to help McLeod stay 1 lap down and have not lapped him twice. On a couple occasions we've had a chance to at the end of the stages. Or the second stage we got caution anyway. But with stage 1 for sure, he could have went 2 laps down and we just kind of rode behind him for about 30, 40 laps. Had 3 cautions per incident. They were all in stage 2. Schneider into the back of Harvick getting into 3. Harvick trying to protect the bottom, and he sends it 3 wide underneath Hamlin and Busch. 3 wide for second place at Martinsville. Can Harvick make the move work? And he is all clear. Schneider follows the line. Harvick made. He goes 3 wide under the 11 and the 18. And gets around the 13 lap car of Dillon, who was holding those Toyotas up. A great move by both Harvick and Schneider. They are now up to 2nd and 3rd. Within a 1.5 seconds of race leader Matt DiBenedetto. Schneider's got to run on Harvick into turn 1 to the inside. Harvick intentionally going high, though, to try and get around the lap car, the 38. He's going to go all the way underneath the 38 car, sends it into the corner.
Stay low, stay low.
Couldn't beat the 20 to the inside, though. He does clear the 38. Almost got into the 4 of Harvick. We got the drive off 4. Tries to block Schneider down on the bottom, but he couldn't do it.
Still there.
99 was still there. Low exit to the corner. And a big dive into 3. Schneider trying to get underneath the 20, and again, he can't do it. Benedetto stuck on the high side up ahead, and now second and third are under a second off the race lead. Schneider off the curve, that sent him into the 17, and Harvick somehow went from the top to the bottom. After Schneider bounced off the curbing and ran the 17 up the track, Harvick's now going for the lead into turn 3 under De Benedetto. Just over 200 to go. Schneider sends it into turn 1, and they're 3 wide for the race lead at Martinsville. Schneider, Harvick, De Benedetto. Advantage probably on the bottom, especially the lap traffic out in front. Schneider to the lead off of turn 4. As they try to split the lap car of Haley as they continue to battle for second place. Harvick still on the back bumper of the 99, and he clears De Benedetto for second now. Schneider trying to get away. Almost got into the back of Austin Dillon. He overran 3. Harvick almost got underneath him. And De Benedetto's clear of the lap traffic now, in line behind the 4 as well.
Stay low, stay low. All clear. Looking inside now.
Schneider pushed too wide, and here comes Harvick.
Still there.
Will he clear off turn 4? No, he will not. Schneider going to try to side draft. Drives it deep into turn 1.
Car there on the inside.
Oh, he tried to cut to the bottom, but De Benedetto was already there. Schneider's in the wall off turn 2. Pushed a little too hard on the high side on corner entry, and it costed him all the way to the exit. And it also costed him second place.
Still there. Careful. Still there.
With a good drive off turn 4. Benedetto tried to block initially, but then he couldn't. Schneider had too much speed. And he's back to second place in turns 1 and 2. A few car lengths behind the 4 of Harvick. Great battle for the race lead. The driver's putting on a show right now. Everybody will have to pit at one point in this final stage. It's a matter of when will it be. Snyder's close that gap on Kevin Harvick. Harvick got a good drive off turn 2 though and kind of pulls the 99. They're going to drive it deeper though into turn 3 and try to gain that ground back and then some. He definitely beat Harvick through that corner, and he's got to run into 1 for the lead.
Stay on the bottom.
Schneider is there.
Stay low, stay low.
Door to door with Harvick.
All right, you're clear.
And he's going to clear Harvick into turn 3. Oh, man, really loose into 1. Off the curbing, did a great job keeping it off the 24.
Stay on the bottom. You got room, you're clear.
Schneider to the high side. He's trying to make it work. He's going all the way up high. 3 wide.
Stay high.
Doesn't want to waste any time in this lap traffic.
Still there.
Great set of moves there. Pulls us quickly. Well, the next couple drivers, Logano in the middle.
Careful, still there.
3 wide for the 3rd straight corner. Quinn Halv in the middle lane.
Careful.
Reddick made a hole on the bottom. work a little bit better, but Schneider did a fantastic job nonetheless up high. Harvick tried to follow his line for most of the way. Schneider eventually pulled him.
Careful, still there. Top 3, easy if you need it. Stay low. All right, you're clear there.
In the back of Chad Fincham a couple times.
Stay high up here. All right, you're clear there.
Harvick still hanging on to second place. Less than 200 laps to go tonight at Martinsville. What a night of racing we have had so far. Schneider out to a 3-second lead. Still 5 sets of tires remain for the 99 the rest of the race. You guys only have to pit one more time. Looking pretty good there.
Careful, still there.
Right on the high side for 3 and 4 to get around Ty Dillon. The car could definitely stick about anywhere he tries to put it. Hasn't had to make any adjustments throughout the course of the night. Back to the normal camera now. I saw BJ McLeod towards the front of this enormous pack of lap cars. I guess he's not quite at the front of it, he's more in the middle of it. I realized how long this group of cars was. Not sure what position he's in. He's ahead of Keselowski, and if I remember right, Kenseth was the last driver on the lead lap. Or first driver 1 lap down, rather. If that is still the case, Schneider's got 9.5 seconds back to Harvick. He's going to try to put guys like Keselowski 2 laps down again. And 10th place would be the free pass position, and that is the 42 of Kenseth. McLeod down to the inside, and he is pretty close to the back bumper. Sends it into 3 to get around Custer. Just gets the inside. Big pounce off that dangerous curve in turn 3. Already spun Schneider around once today. Really clear Custer, and now he's going to try to find a way. Maybe he gets in front of the 42 and he holds up Kenseth for McLeod to get around him that way, and I think that's what Schneider's going to try to do. So he'll put McLeod 2 laps down initially. Now he gets to the inside of Kenseth into turn 1. Oh, Kenseth is trying to stay 1 lap down. He does not want to give this up.
Still there?
Schneider trying to go wide. He's going to open the door up for the 78 on the bottom, and here comes BJ McLeod. Trying to get to the free pass position on Kenseth to keep his playoff hopes alive. Oh, and Keselowski moves to 99. He's trying to get back to 1 lap down. He's also looking for the free pass. Schneider gets back in front of the 2. Keselowski didn't punt him that time, and now McLeod is stuck on the inside. Log jam right here. Schneider fends off Blaney. McLeod briefly cleared the 42 of Kenseth.
Got one up top. Clear high, bud.
And now he's clear again off turn 4. Schneider's going to clear Kenseth as well before getting into turn 1.
There on the outside.
Schneider's trying to hold up Kenseth. McLeod inside the top 10 for just the second time tonight.
All right, you're clear there.
And he's in the free pass position. He's in fact the only car one lap down as we run.
Hold your line, got one inside.
Still has to beat Clint Boyer by 14 positions, and Boyer is in 4th. Despite a decent run tonight for McLeod, decent doesn't seem like it's going to be good enough.
Car there on the outside.
Plus, Boyer has an issue. We still have over 150 laps to go. Not entirely impossible that Boyer runs into a problem.
Outside.
So one pit stop out from the finish as well.
Got one
So
up top.
McLeod all night long. Still trying to get the win. He got a stage win earlier as well. He's got 12.5 seconds back to the second place car, Kevin Harvey.
Outside. Clear high, bud.
Feels fairly comfortable.
Car there on the
This lap traffic's 2x2 up here. Ideally, we get a quick caution. That would probably be best for McLeod. Get the free pass immediately and then just kind of stack everybody back up again. We'll see who pits, who doesn't. Obviously, McLeod will have to restart at the rear of the field, though.
Car outside, hold your line. You got room, you're clear there.
Oh, Bob making headway now to the inside of Kurt Busch. Schneider's gonna, well, see, the problem is Schneider can't actually lap Kurt Busch. Actually, he will. Because Clint Boyer's up there as well. So although McLeod's not going to be in the free pass position anymore, with Boyer not too much further ahead,
Hold your line.
and McLeod can make his way around the 14 car.
All right, you're clear. Got one outside now.
And he is getting close to him. Busch going to go a lap down. This will help Schneider as well. Lapping all these cars. Look at BJ McLeod as he fights to the inside of Boyer.
Careful, still there.
Slower cars in front of the 78 now. That would be the 3 of Austin Dillon, the 47 of Ricky Stenhouse.
You got room, you're clear there. Car there on the outside.
Oh, and Hamlin punched the 99.
All right, clear outside.
Schneider throws a big block on Hamlin. Hamlin to the high side now, trying to get his lap back.
Got one peeking outside. All right, clear outside. Outside, outside.
He holds off the 11 off turn 2 again. Really pulling for McLeod to make the pass on Boyer. He's not in the free pass position anymore, but Boyer goes a lap down. That could be beneficial for McLeod. Oh, and look at BJ. Oh, he thought about taking it 3 wide underneath Stenhouse and Boyer. He didn't do it. See if he thinks about it again.
Got one peeking inside.
Boyer's starting to get away on the high side. Schneider's going to try to go up to the 14 and try to hold him up, perhaps.
Still there. You got room, you're clear there. Outside.
And he's going to hold up Stenhouse instead, and he's going to let McLeod go. And so McLeod finally gets around the 47 of Stenhouse.
Clear high, clear high.
Now he's going to get underneath the
Still
78.
there.
Needs to hold back the 11 enough. He doesn't want the 11 to get underneath the 78 of McLeod.
Still there.
Schneider sends it up the middle.
You're all clear on the bottom there.
Thought about it at least. Backed out of the gas.
Stay on the bottom. Got a car.
Big wheel spin that time of the 99. Boyer's getting away. Schneider's trying not to let that happen. He wants to help BJ McLeod.
Got one up top.
Cloud is there on the high side. He's right in line behind Boyer. Schneider gets a drive off. He clears the 78.
Inside.
Hamlin down to the inside of McLeod. Schneider on the high side of Boyer. Boyer in the middle lane.
Careful, still there. Looking
Oh,
inside.
big log jam on the bottom though.
Car there on the inside.
And Schneider blocks off Boyer. Look at McLeod going to the high side. Hamlin gets by. Now McLeod could get around Hamlin. Schneider could lap the 11, and Boyer wouldn't be in the free pass position.
Still there.
78's going to get underneath the 11 off the exit of turn 2.
Stay on the bottom.
Can't believe this is actually somewhat working.
Wide, you're in the middle. Clear though, bud.
Really hard to just ease all the way through and through here at Martinsville, but
Stay on the bottom.
Schneider's doing as good as he can. And McLeod puts the bumper to the back of Byron. He wants to go.
Still there. Hold your line.
Custer moves Schneider.
Clear though, bud. Got a car coming inside now.
Schneider in the middle. He's trying to take the line of Boyer away now. And he has cleared Clint Boyer. And he'll hold him up.
Got one peeking outside.
McLeod continues to try and move the 24 of William Byron. Schneider's just going to open the door up on the bottom and hope McLeod follows him. And he will.
Got one peeking inside.
For the moment, oh, McLeod got squeezed. They were 3 wide. Now Schneider pulls up in front of the 11 of Hamlin. He's going to let McLeod go down low again. So now Boyer no longer in the free pass position.
You're clear there. You got room. You're clear. Outside, outside.
Well, now he is, because Hamlin just got back around the 99. Kevin Harvick, meanwhile, only 3.5 seconds off the lead. It was 12.5 back, so he is closed.
Hold that line, driver.
Out all over
Hold your line. Got one inside.
48 of Johnson. That would be a pass for position as well.
Car outside. Hold your line.
Oh, Boyer is rubbing on the 99.
Got one outside now. Keep it steady, driver. 3 wide.
Schneider squeezes the 14 back.
Car on the outside now.
And McLeod takes it 3 wide. Under Johnson and Bowman. McLeod up to 9th. Slow and steady he goes, and now he sends it 3 wide again in the next corner. McLeod on the mission.
Stay low.
Around Priest and LaJoy. Schneider able to separate, and now McLeod underneath Joey Gacy has fought through all the traffic.
Stay on the bottom.
And so has Schneider.
You're on.
And now the battle for the free pass between Hamlin and Truex continues. Oh, Schneider into the back of McLeod on accident. Luckily didn't move him up out of the way. Still 158 laps to go. Boyer is now outside of the top 5. Truex has gotten around him. 3 positions separate the 14 and the 78. And they're both 1 lap down, and neither of them are in the free pass. Truex actually just passed Hamlin off turn 4 for the free pass position. Schneider starting to pull away from Harvick and DiBenedetto again. It got down to a 3 to 3.5 second lead. Now it's back to about 5.5 seconds. Some heavy lap traffic for those leaders. Truex is going 3 wide. He's trying to close. He would love to get his lap back. Schneider going to try to keep him a lap down. to have another stack up here very shortly. When McLeod gets to the bottom,
Hold your line, stay high.
instead of going to the top. And he goes to the bottom. Schneider's going to go to the high side. Wait for McLeod to try and make his own room.
Hold that line, driver.
4 wide into the corner. Schneider opened up the gap for the 78 to get down. They were 4 wide. Then Schneider backed out of the gas going into the corner to let the 78 by. That's about as perfectly as he can run 4 wide intentionally at Martinsville. We're trying to get BJ McLeod in the playoffs, guys. Not as good as teamwork can work at Martinsville. BJ making a 3 wide move again underneath the 22 and the 8. He's starting to make moves of his own all of a sudden, breaking away from that bigger pack further back. He's getting through this medium-sized one now pretty well.
Car high, careful there. All right, you're clear. Inside.
Schneider going to try to open it up 4 wide again. Oh, contact with Fincham. That knocked Fincham into Bell. That's one way to get caught in there. That time 4 wide got a little tighter than the last time, but it worked.
Got one up top.
Trying to really loose into 3. Trying to hold off the 95 on the high side, and McLeod is clear. De Benedetto now is just past Harvick for second. They're 8.5 seconds off the race lead. Down in the chat, do you think BJ McLeod will overcome the 14-point deficit on Clint Boyer in the final stage to make the playoffs? Everybody inside the top 5 already locked in on either points or wins. So it doesn't look like we're in a position to get a different winner tonight. Patrick Shanley down in the chat. We want BJ, yes. I figured you guys did. We're working with them. I mean, we've been working with them since what, 40 laps to go in stage 1. We've been trying to keep him 1 lap down, and he's got through the field. And we've helped him out trying to clear traffic, but not trying to physically move guys out of the way for him, but just kind of going up there and getting in front of him and slowing him down, pulling a Chase Elliott at Bristol, I guess you'd say. Dodgers and Harvick fan, welcome on into the stream as well. Not sure where Boyer is out on the track. Again, McLeod has to beat Clint by 14 positions. They're both 1 lap down, both outside the top 5, but inside the top 10. They're 9.5 seconds ahead of De Benedetto and Harvick, and even behind McLeod. They're pulling away. McLeod is running lap times that are faster than the second place race cars on the track. Granted, they're caught in lap traffic. McLeod's got some clean air in front of him, at least briefly, and I'll have to catch another slower car of Ty Dillon. McLeod makes a quick move. Drive off turn 4 for the 78 that time.
Still there.
McLeod looking low, and he will get underneath Ty Dillon. Turns 3 and 4. Nice quick pass for both the 99 and the 78. 140 to go. Still time. Harvick DiBenedetto continued to swap back and forth for second. On to the inside of Houth.
Stay on the bottom. All right, you're clear.
Cloud sends it underneath Joey Gase.
Still there.
Almost gotten into the back of him into turn 3.
Careful. Still there. You're clear all around there.
Hamlin has just passed Truex for 4th. That would be for the free pass spot. Truex gets him back. Not sure exactly where on the racetrack they are running. They're definitely going back and forth on the leaderboard.
All right, you're clear.
Josh Bilicki holding the bottom. McLeod looking to go to the high side. Schneider doesn't want him to. So Schneider's going to go to the high side of BJ and try to get him to run the bottom.
Stay high, stay high.
Schneider taking away McLeod's line.
Stay high.
Trying to get him to the inside of Bilicki. Almost got him there. Now he's underneath him.
All right,
Schneider to fend off Bell.
car high, careful there. Still there. Clear high, clear high.
Run underneath Haley this time, and he should get around him. And these guys are closing in on even heavier lap traffic, which is really plaguing the 21 and the 4. And why they are losing time to the 99 and the 78. No, everybody still has to pit to the end of the race. Nobody can make it on fuel. Actually, we're only about 56 laps away from having to pit. We have not had a caution in the final stage yet. Over a 100 lap green flag run currently.
Careful, still there. Car there on the inside. Clear low.
Looks like he wants to go to the high side again. Schneider again trying to go up there and make BJ run the bottom.
Still there.
He's fast enough to get around these guys on the bottom. He just doesn't have the confidence.
Still there.
We're just going to try to open the gap up for him. 3 wide. Making the 17 go high.
Clear outside.
Do the same thing here on Almirola. Oh, man, that was close.
Hold that line, driver.
Almirola almost
You're all clear up top. Got a car coming.
got into the 99.
You got room, you're clear there. Got one peeking
Cloud again trying to go high.
All right, you're clear there.
John Hunter Nemechek. He's got to go low.
Got one up top.
And the Cloud's going to the high side. And Schneider's going to go low and try to make it 3 wide to hold up the 38 of Nemechek. Tried to side draft him. As much as he can side draft the Martinsville. Cloud's got to run.
Car outside, hold your line.
Going into the corner. Schneider trying to hold up Nemechek some more. And McLeod is clear. Oh my goodness, Schneider almost got into pit road, and as he merged back onto the track up the curbing, he gets into the side of the 38. car jumped loose and almost went into the pit lane. That would have been disastrous. Trying to get McLeod in the playoffs, but number one, we got to win this race. That would not have been great.
Still there. All right, you're clear. Still there. Clear all around there.
While catching up to the giant pack, which is held up the leaders. Schneider would love to get into this pack of cars as well, though. See if he's got a chance to catch Harvick and DiBenedetto, who are towards the front of it. Ooh, Jones slid up the track off turn 4.
Careful, still there.
McLeod's going to get to the inside of Jones. Nope, Jones blocks him.
Stay high up here.
Oh, man, almost got into the back of Bubba Wallace. Trying to clear the pathway.
You're all clear up top.
And BJ sends it in 3 wide. Schneider couldn't even get inside the 20 himself there. Didn't help that McLeod was under him, of course, but
Clear there. Got one outside now.
making up time.
You're clear.
Rush into the wall. I'd have to assume Clint Boyer's got to be somewhere in here. I haven't seen him yet.
Careful, still there.
McLeod's looking to go to the high side again. LaJoy kind of
Careful, still there.
kept the 78 from doing that.
You're clear all
Schneider
around.
clears LaJoy now. He'll get above the 78
Stay
car.
high up here.
Just funny how he wants to go to the top and he's not fast up there. Oh, and Schneider into the back of Newman.
Down low now.
That wasn't ideal.
Road clear. Car there on the inside. You're all clear up top there. Inside.
Oh. Couldn't tell if McLeod put the bumper to Keselowski that time or not. Didn't make contact with the 2 there. There's DiBenedetto. Harvick on the inside lane further up ahead. DiBenedetto up high.
Stay high up here. Looking inside now.
Chase Elliott, who's a few laps down already. 14th. I do see Clint Boyer in this pack. Currently on the inside lane.
Got one down low now.
Oh, Elliott moves his teammate Bowman. He doesn't want to lose another lap either.
Hold that line, driver.
Schneider pulls in front of the 78. He gets into Elliott. Moving him up the track.
On the inside.
Now he's starting to get a little more physical, moving cars out of the way for the 78. So far, so good.
Hold your line there. All right. Clear outside. All right. You're clear. Car high. Careful
Oh,
there.
man, that car just jumped sideways into one.
Inside.
They're well over 100 lap older tires. Now they're trying to get around to Benedetto.
Got room. You're clear there.
Sends it into one. Oh, my goodness, into the side of Kurt Busch. He's moving him up out of the way. Oh, and Kurt fights back.
You're all clear up top.
Like, okay, you didn't have to lean on me there.
Still there inside.
Well, now DiBenedetto's a lap down. Schneider trying to block Kurt.
You're clear.
Kurt crosses to the high side. That was a pass for position as well. McLeod to 8th. Getting around Kurt Busch, didn't even realize that. Schneider's going to pass McLeod again. He's going to try to go up there and slow Bowyer up. There's only one position ahead of McLeod now. Schneider up the middle, 4 wide as he sends it in on the 14. And now he parks it right in front of him. And here comes McLeod up high. He's going to get around Bowyer. Bowyer is 2 laps down. That is the dirtiest thing I think I've ever done. Oh my goodness. Schneider going to try to get De Benedetto a lap down again for himself now. Harvick's not too much further up ahead.
Careful, still there.
Back to the inside of the 21. Contact clear off turn 2. McLeod is now ahead of Bowyer for the first time in the race. But Bowyer is 2 laps down. McLeod is only 1 lap down. McLeod's got some positions ahead of him as well. At least one, Kyle Busch. And there is Harvick in second place, who Schneider wants to get around as well. Schneider's going to get by the 78 for a brief moment. Going to take it 3 wide into the corner. Going to try to make a pathway for BJ McLeod now. He'll pull up in front of the 18. Didn't hold him up enough. And now he holds up Kyle Busch, another spot for McLeod. He's up to 6th. Harvick trying to go 3 wide underneath Kenseth. He does not want to go a lap down and wants to keep his decent shot at winning alive. Schneider going to go in deep now. McLeod 3 wide on the high side. Schneider really wants to get around Harvick here quickly and then try to hold him up. Oh, Schneider got really loose. Off turn 4. And Busch puts the bumper now to the 99, so in retaliation, he's just going to park it right in front of him.
Car outside, hold your line. You got room, you're clear there. You're all clear on top there.
Wait to see if McLeod will try to make a move on the second place guy, Sisney and Harvick. Schneider fends off Blaney, who got underneath him briefly.
Got one peeking outside.
Benedetto back to the high side, trying to get his lap back. Get back on the lead lap as he continues to stay in 3rd.
Outside.
Harvick is still held on by the 34 of Michael McDowell. Schneider guns it off 4. Underneath McLeod. He's going to send it deep into 1. Now he's underneath Harvick.
Careful.
Trying to squeeze Harvick up the racetrack. Oh, and he makes contact. They almost wrecked off turn 2.
Outside.
Still sandwiched 3 wide.
Keep it steady, driver. 3 wide.
Oh, and he just completely moves Harvick. They're 5 wide in the center of the corner, scattered everywhere. Finally, McLeod gets around. But now Truex is up to 2nd. How did that happen? Where did Truex come from? And Bowyer is back to the back bumper of the 78.
Back it down, back it down.
He's going to cross over to the high side. Just about 30 laps away from pit stops. Well, that kind of stinks. That cost McLeod a couple positions.
Hold your line, got one inside.
And they're going to get going and try to
You're all clear on the bottom there.
hold up the 18, the 1, and the 19.
You got room, you're clear there.
Bob followed them through there. Gotta hope that Bowyer's gonna stay behind him. There's Truex. Schneider sends it into 1.
Still there.
Great job by those guys not wrecking when there was contact all over the place. They were 5 wide.
Still there. Got a car coming inside now. Flow's clear.
Schneider trying to hold up Truex.
Car outside.
Kurt Busch is gonna get going.
Up top.
McLeod's going to get by.
All right, you're clear there. Got a car high now.
So Schneider's lapped the field again.
Inside. Careful.
Oh, McLeod got loose.
Still
He
there.
will get underneath Fincham in the 49. Oh, Fincham sideways got right into the 99 now, and Truex is back on the lead lap. Briefly.
Inside. You're all clear on the bottom there. You're clear all around there.
And now Truex is back a lap down. 97 to go.
Got a car high now.
As mentioned a few times already, still have to make one stop in the final stage.
Clear low, bud. You're all clear on
Snyder
top
sends
there.
it in on how... Oh, Boyer's going to get by on the inside.
Car high. Careful there.
He just passed McLeod for position.
You got room. You're clear.
And now Schneider's going to try to pick Boyer in line behind Joey Gase.
Looking inside.
And he's going to let the 78 go again.
Car high. Careful. Hold your line. Got one outside. All right. You're clear there. Car high. Careful there. Clear high. Clear high.
He's just going to ride in line behind McLeod now. He's not going to look to pass him and try to hold anybody up because Kurt Busch and Kyle Busch have kind of pulled away. The big thing is here is for himself trying to keep Truex a lap down. Truex just put the bumper to the back of the 99.
Hold your line. Got one inside. Clear low. Clear low.
I wonder if we're going to get another caution. Definitely don't want to be the first car to hit pit road if you can help it.
Cars just ahead.
And we have some pitting cars. That's going to be problematic. BJ McLeod's got a short pit. That's dangerous for him.
Got a car coming inside now. Clear down low.
So green flag pit stops are starting. Over 150 lap old tires for everybody. We have not had a caution yet at the final stage. Boyer will pit this time as well.
Got one down low now. Clear low. Clear low.
Busch almost got into the tire barrier trying to get to the pit lane. It's a close call for him.
Inside. Inside.
Oh, and Truex tries to move Schneider again. It didn't really matter though, because Truex pulled the pit road anyway.
Use it if you need it.
Benedetto and Harvick back to second and third.
That car ahead of you is pitting.
There's the 78 of McLeod. Schneider's... Oh, checking out Ty Dillon.
Free line there.
Was up on two wheels trying to keep his car from spinning out. Well, McLeod on pressure tires. Schneider wanted to let him go and not lap him an extra time there. And there's Boyer. Back to 10th. Schneider trying to get to the 14. Schneider's on older tires, so it's going to be difficult. He's got a one-lap lead on Harvick, who still has not pit. Now he's pitting this time, so Harvick is coming in. Schneider can go about 19 more laps on fuel, and he'll attempt to do that. Can't believe we're actually getting into green flag pit stops at Martinsville. I don't think we've ever done that on this game.
That car in front of you is coming to the pit.
Schneider's still running 19-second lap times on these old tires. We got cars checking up, coming into the pit lane on the inside. Justin Haley and Austin Dillon may have made contact, and now Boyer to the inside of McLeod for position. I think Schneider's got a pit. He is losing time, and everybody else behind him is already pit.
Slow down.
30 miles per hour is the pit road speed limit. 4 seconds of damage that will be repaired. Final pit stop of the night if it goes green all the way through the final stage. Playoff drama on the line between McLeod and Boyer as they battle for position. Schneider making his final stop now. Will likely come back out with the lead, you'd have to imagine. I don't think he's going to be a lap ahead of everybody again, though, with guys like Truex pitting 5+ laps before him. It'll be a slower stop in the 99, repairing 4 seconds of damage as well, though. And 19.4 seconds, not fast at all.
All right, now dig. Car high, careful there.
And we got a few guys back on the lead lap.
Got one peeking inside.
Denny Hamlin, first driver, 1 lap down in 5th. Top 4 on the lead lap, and Truex is about 13 seconds off the lead with 82 laps to go.
Inside.
Actually, more than that after Schneider got back up to speed. It's about 11.5 seconds. Final 4 races of the season on your career mode. Talladega, Martinsville, Bristol, Daytona. There you go. My 4 favorite racetracks. I don't know how many laps down Boyer and McLeod are right now. I have to imagine they're probably both 1 lap down. We saw Boyer making a pass in the 78 car not that long ago. I guess they both could be 2 laps down. I really don't know.
Still there? You're all clear on top there. Got one peeking inside. Road clear.
Gonna alternate through the different camera angles one final time in today's race for about the next dozen laps. 77 laps to go currently. Jack Keselowski trying to get one of his couple laps back, and he is down. Overran turn 3. Brad got underneath him briefly, but Schneider beat him back to the gas and stays in front of the 2. Time has got to be running out for BJ McLeod. He's right there with Boyer now. They're on the same lap, and they were battling for position in the middle of green flag stops. The problem is Schneider's going to have, or I should say McLeod is going to have to beat Boyer by 14 positions. And that's just going to be really, really tough. Especially into the final 70 laps of the race, just about. DB Forever 85, welcome to the stream. Keselowski keeps diving to the inside, but he just can't get the run to get around the 99. Schneider back out to a 14-second lead again. We'll see if we stay green to the end of the race, if anybody else is going to decide to pit. Snyder's got 4 sets of tires left.
Careful, still there.
He'll gladly pit, and will anybody else.
Careful, still there. Top 3 easy if you need it. Bottom's clear. Car there on the inside. You're all clear on
Oh,
top.
Custer gets jacked up by the 2 of Keselowski. Inside lane as they had a bit of a stack up behind Josh Bilicki. Like Bobby Carter just got into Chase Elliott in turns 3 and 4 as well.
Careful, still there. You got room, you're clear there. Inside.
Not clear of the 7.
Stay high.
Finally does.
All clear. Hold your line, got one inside.
On this juncture of the race, Schneider's definitely focused on the win now. 70 to go. He tried to help McLeod as much as he could. He helped him for over 350 laps tonight, so we did what we could to try and get McLeod to the playoffs. The rest is on him for the remainder of the night.
Careful, still there. Stay low. Hold your line there, 3 wide. All right, clear outside. Clear down low. All right.
Sends it into 3.
Inside.
We got around Austin Dillon.
You're clear.
Elliott made up some ground as well.
All right, clear outside.
Benedetto 16 seconds off the lead.
Still there. You're all clear up top there.
Surprised Truex wasn't the one that cycled up to second place, considering that he had been the first of those drivers to pit, and he was already in second when the pit stops even started. He must have caught some heavy lap traffic when he came out of the pit lane compared to the 21 and the 4s. That'd be the only reason he didn't cycle ahead of him. He did cycle back ahead of Harvick, just not to Benedetto. Back to the normal camera for the rest of the race. You can see BJ McLeod up here in the 78. We'll get to see exactly what position he is in. I'd have to assume likely 1 lap down, and Boyer seemingly pulled away from him. Either that or he has completely fallen behind him.
Stay on the bottom.
McLeod's still in the top 10. I mean, he's had a good night. He's been as high as 6th in the running order.
Stay high up here.
Now they're going to get around to 78, maybe try to hold up the traffic up ahead of them.
Careful, still there. Got a car low now. Clear low, clear low. Clear high, bud.
That will now be their next plan. Kurt Busch for position up ahead.
Got a car high now.
Truex, Harvick, 3 wide. Schneider gets around all those guys.
Car high, careful there.
Inside of Kurt Busch will contact.
Careful, still there. Careful, still there. Got one up top.
Schneider on the inside of De Benedetto, trying to lap the field. 61 laps left. Bounce off the curb into turn 1. McLeod just can't go anywhere with them being 3 wide behind him.
Got a car high now.
Oh, Truex just knocked the 99 out of the way
Hold your
now.
line, got one inside. Car outside.
Oh, and Harvick just squeezed. Got squeezed rather into the wall by the 99.
Got a car high now.
So he's getting all jacked up.
Stay low. Still there? Careful, still there.
Well, it has closed the gap on Kurt Busch for 9th place.
on the bottom here.
And I have to assume it's not going to matter, though, with Boyer likely running ahead of him.
Still there.
Boyer might have to have a mechanical failure at this point if
Stay on the bottom here.
Cloud's going to have any sort of a shot. So I'm pointing by 14 spots. I mean,
Careful.
this rate Boyer would have to, if McLeod, let's say, gets around Kurt Busch and finishes 9th. McLeod, I believe, does have a tiebreaker on Clint Boyer.
Still there. Got one outside now.
3 wide. But if McLeod finishes 9th place, Boyer would have to finish 23rd or worse. I mean, he'd have to have a flat tire and have to come into the pits and lose a bunch of spots, which, I mean, at Martinsville, you'll lose a couple laps.
Careful. Still there.
So that's not impossible. Though I think if that were going to be the likelihood of happening, it probably would have been when the tires were over 150 laps old like they were a little bit ago.
Got a car coming inside now.
Johnson also 4th position for the 78. Kenseth might be, no, he's in 12th. Schneider stuck on the high side as he tries to keep Benedetto a lap down. Schneider pulls down in front of the 21, clears him into 1. Johnson goes up the track off the exit of turn 2.
Hold your line. Got one outside. Got a car coming inside now. You're all clear on top.
We open up the door for McLeod on the bottom. Schneider falls in line right behind the 78 again. He's going to jump in front of him into turn 3. He's going to try to get around McLeod and then get around Johnson and Busch and try to hold him up and give BJ a couple more positions.
Stay on the bottom.
Trying to hold the 48 up.
All right, you're clear.
McLeod to the bottom.
Got one inside.
There he goes. Up to 9th. Schneider stuck on the high side now.
Got a car low now.
The corner off. He's going to try to get back ahead of the 78 again here.
All clear.
Oh, but now McLeod lost the bottom. Oh, and Kenseth got squeezed. Oh, the 99.
Car there on the
Johnson down to the bottom.
got rid of it. Clear there.
And Schneider holds up the 48. Had to let the 78 through, or the 78 through, and got the 19 of Truex
Stay high.
losing his lap again.
Car high. Careful there.
Schneider's just going to stay behind McLeod for now. He's not going to go up there and try to catch Kurt. He's too far ahead at this point.
Clear there.
Less than 50 laps to go on the regular season at Martinsville. 48 to be exact. Schneider has a lap lead on the field. Benedetto, Truex right behind him. There's about 40 laps to go in the stage. He's been really trying to help McLeod get into the playoffs.
Clear low.
Mainly because that would take out a competitive Stuart Haas car of Clint Boyer. But it just doesn't seem like it's meant to be. McLeod came into the night, he only had to beat Boyer by 1 position. But because of 0 stage points for McLeod, he's up to 9th now, but there's 12th and 13th at the end of the stages. Boyer was 8th and 6th, or sorry, was 3rd and 6th at the end of the stages. Now coming into the final stage, McLeod has to beat Boyer by 14 positions. He was beating him there briefly. McLeod was as high as 6th, Boyer was as far back as 9th. In the final stage, but still 11 positions off where McLeod would need to be. Yeah, if Boyer blows an engine, that would definitely give McLeod the positions he needs. What are the odds that if anybody were going to DNF, it'd be Boyer, though? We've only had one driver drop out of the race, and that was Ross Chastain with an engine failure early on in stage 1. We've only had 3 cautions per incident. They were all in the second stage. We have not had a caution per incident in the final stage so far.
Got one down low now.
Oh, and DiBenedetto tries to move Schneider. Get back on the lead lap and get a late yellow. Oh, Schneider wide into the wall now. Underneath the double zero, and Schneider's going to get stuck behind Haupt.
All right, clear outside.
Benedetto with a block. Schneider up the middle. On Truex into Benedetto now.
Clear high, clear high. Outside, outside. You're all clear up top.
Cloud closing in on Kurt Busch. Ton of lap traffic coming up.
Car there on the inside. Inside. All right, you're clear.
.40 laps remain. The NASCAR Heat 5 Career Mode regular season.
Stay high up there. Hold your line. Got one inside.
They're trying to open the door for the 78 of McLeod again.
Car outside.
BJ, oh, sends it 3 wide into the corner. Meanwhile, Truex sent it as well. Right into the back bumper of Schneider.
Still there. Clear low, bud.
Letting McLeod go again.
All clear. Got a car low now. All right, you're clear. Got one outside now.
Jerks to the high side. Schneider fends him off. Well, not quite. We give Truex the top. Harvick's going to try to get underneath now for second place. Least they can do is battle for the free pass position if they can't get back on the lead lap. And almost secure them a second place finish.
Careful, still there.
Depending, of course, on how many laps left we'll have.
Still there. Car high, careful.
Schneider off the curbing in turn 1. Harvick up the middle briefly.
You got room.
And that's not going to be a good move for him because now Truex is going to get underneath him.
Car there on the outside.
35 to go. Truex to the middle. Almirola gets really loose in front of the pack.
All right, you're clear then. Clear high, clear high. Car outside, hold your line.
I see Clint Boyer up there. He's ahead of Kyle Busch. Probably in 6th if I had to guess. Unless he is another full lap behind, but I doubt it. It looked like he was in the middle passing McLeod right when we came into the pits. That would tell me that he is ahead of him position-wise. I guess we don't know for sure. 33 to go.
Got a car high now. Clear high, clear high. Clear high, bud. Looking inside now.
Blocks Johnson.
Car high, careful.
Jimmy trying to battle the 78 for position.
Hold your line. Got one outside. All clear.
It'll be for 9th.
Still there. Got one outside
Big
now.
stack up on the bottom. 78 got in the back of the 22. Schneider barely kept it off the back bumper of McLeod. 31 to go.
Car high, careful there.
That point in the race where you just got to take care of your car for 30 more laps just to make it to the finish in this 500 lap race. Schneider trying to go for his first career win at Martinsville. the NASCAR Cup Series. Last time we were here last season was the round of 8 finale, where he missed the championship 4 by 1 point to Kyle Busch. Won the Rookie of the Year, but missing that championship 4 by 1 point, you just wonder what could have been if he could have made it to Phoenix. Tonight, in a much different situation, as he leads this race with 29 to go. Benedetto on the high side, trying to get back on the lead lap, though. If we get a caution, that would get him back in the race and restart really side by side.
Outside.
Really just nowhere to go with the lap traffic. Schneider clears to Benedetto. Truex now to the inside of the 21. And again, pulls clear off turn 2.
Got one outside now.
I thought there's going to be a good chance we are going to run into the back of the glove. Over Jimmy Johnson.
Got one peeking outside.
Cloud moves Logano in the center of turns 1 and 2. He's been aggressive at times tonight.
Hold your line. Got one outside.
They're starting to slip away again. He's still getting held up in lap traffic, but he's kind of in that second group up there with Kyle Busch. This guy's in the middle of this first group yet. I'm going to be shocked if we go the final 240 laps without a caution in this final stage. But we're very well on our way to doing that. We restarted with 21 laps to go in stage 2. That was the last caution for incident. Should have been just after lap 200 in this race. So almost, over half the race will be caution-free to the end if we stay green. That Martinsville is just insane. It's kind of been the trend here. Most of the year, we haven't seen as many cautions as what we did in our rookie season. There has been some races that we've seen a lot, but very few, really. Just coming off that Road to America race where we only had 1 caution for incident last night. Turn around at Martinsville and only have 3. Oh, car in the wall, never mind, and that would be Brad Keselowski. And that was right before Harvick got back on the lead lap on the high side. If I had a nickel for every time we talked about there being a caution and then getting the yellow immediately after, I'd be a millionaire. Feels like it, at least. Schneider's... I don't know if we pit or not. Schneider's just going to stay out of the pits here. 23 to go. Our 4th caution for incident of the race will restart with 20 laps left. Schneider staying out of the pits so these guys don't get to wave around.
Coming to the green, driver. Be ready here.
Green flag back in the air.
Got one up top.
Cloud 1 lap down, yes, but so is Boyer, and he's ahead of him. That caution may have just locked Clint Boyer into the playoffs. So Benedetto to second on the restart. Well, I should say third on the restart. Harvick's in second towards the rear of the field. Schneider has the clean air advantage and has the fastest car on these older tires. Boyer quickly back inside the top 5 to 4th. Oh my gosh. That was a big bounce off the curb. Almost spun the 99 around. That would not have been good at all. A little hot into turn 3. Has not had the best run off the restart. Benedetto got inside for a brief moment there. 18 laps remain. On the regular season, Harvick needs another caution to restart alongside the 99 of Schneider. Benedetto, Boyer, Truex all trying to get back on the lead lap so they could have a chance with the late race yellow as well. Otherwise, they're battling for the free pass. Schneider just cannot get the car to roll to the bottom right now. He 5 guys through the yellow. Yes, they did. I don't know why I can't get the car to rotate to the bottom of the track. All because the tires are like 80 laps old again, but oh well. To go. Harvick can't get through that traffic quick enough. Schneider might potentially lap the field again anyway. If we get another yellow, I'm definitely pitting with Harvick on the lead lap. Harvick has nailed these restarts all day long today. All but one at least when he has restarted in the top 5. He's gotten to the lead all but once. So definitely not somebody you want to restart next to on equal tires. Especially with them as old as they are right now. Very easily spin the tires on the restart. We saw Schneider spin the tires off the exit of turn 2. Getting out of shape again. 13 to go. Keselowski looks to be in the race still after bringing out that last caution, by the way. Or, sorry, no, he's out of the race. Excuse me. Keselowski is done for the day. I didn't see him in the pits at first. He is down there.
Still there. Top 3, use it if you need it. You're clear all around there. You got room, you're clear there. Got one peeking outside. You got room, you're clear there.
18 seconds ahead of Harvick.
You got room, you're clear.
Harvick has struggled in the lap traffic on the restart. Trying to get around all these slower vehicles. 10 to go.
10 laps to go.
And he's going to need that caution quick because I don't even think he's going to make it to the end of the race on the lead lap if it stays straight. Harvick on the high side of Josh Bilicki. Schneider on the high side of Haley, a few cars back.
Car on the outside.
Schneider back to the bottom now to get around the 17 into turn 1.
Top 3, use it if you need it. Stay low.
Harvick finally gets back down to the bottom in front of the 7.
All right, clear outside. Stay low, stay low. All clear.
Harvick trying to stay on the lead lap. Schneider trying to put him a lap down in case we get a late caution.
Stay low, stay
As
low.
they're on equal tires. Harvick really drove away from him. Schneider struggled to get around David Reagan. The front row cars staying up out of the way of Harvick for the most part. Oh, got a little loose, not too far in front of the 4.
You're clear all around there.
Schneider sends it into 3, trying to use the 95 as a pick, but now Bell moves down in front of Schneider. But he'll still clear Harvick off the exit of turn 4. 6 to go, 1 lap lead on the field again.
There on the outside. You're all clear on top there. Clear high, clear high. 5 to go, you got this.
5 laps left. Harvick not done battling yet. He wants to get back on the lead lap. Seen some of these drivers try to put the bumper on the 99 to get their lap back earlier in the race.
Got one peeking outside.
Harvick to the high side, Schneider off the curb in 1. Hugs it to try and get underneath the 10 who was crowding him. Really trying to help his teammate.
All right, you're clear. Car there on the outside.
Treacherous curving in turn 3. Didn't upset the car too much that time. 3 to go for Schneider. If he wins this race, it'll be another win on the year, yes, but it would be his 18th in the regular season, which still would put him on pace to breaking Petty's record if he could somehow win out. This would also be his 4th win in a row, the 2nd time this season he will have done that.
Here we go.
Now just trying to get to the white flag. Avoid overtime.
Careful, still there.
Final lap of the race. Win number 18 on the year, career win number 23 upcoming for Keegan Schneider. The regular season champ does it again, 4 wins in a row, and his first career win at Martinsville under the lights and the regular season finale.
You earned that checker.
The dominating season will continue, and now he can only hope that the playoffs can be much more of the same. Burnout up against the pit wall. It's actually a lot more smoke than what I thought there'd be. Oh, well, there goes the engine. Okay, well. Let the engine out in the victory celebration, I guess. Victory lane on the front stretch typically at Martinsville, so we'll just park it right here on the start-finish line. Redemption from a year ago. Keegan Schneider missed the championship 4 by 1 point at this very racetrack under the lights. Well, this year he is able to get the win in the regular season finale at this racetrack. He won't be missing anything playoff-wise, at least for now. As mentioned, 18th win of the year. He already locked up the regular season title. Now, those aren't the accurate points on the screen. I did not win by that much. I didn't. All those DNFs I had, the 4, Denny Hamlin scored a lot of stage points in them and brought the gap a little bit closer. We still clinched it 2 races early, but wasn't quite the 305-point lead that you see either. It was in the 100s, but still pretty impressive. And in the running order, which I did not really check. Hey, we get a grandfather clock. Didn't even think about that either. There we go. Schneider wins the regular season finale, gets that first grandfather clock. First career win at Martinsville. 1 lap lead on the field at the end of the race. So, BJ McLeod finished 9th. Clint Boyer finished 4th. Obviously, McLeod going into the final stage had to beat Boyer by 14 position. So, Clint Boyer will clinch the final spot in the playoffs on points, and he will have clinched it by 19 points. So Boyer by 19 positions, 19 points, will clinch the final spot of the playoffs. BJ McLeod will be the first driver outside the cutoff line. Tough break, despite the 9th place run tonight, but no stage points hurt him. Boyer got stage points in both stages and got a top 5. Kudos to Clint Boyer for getting that spot in. Let me check in the stats real quick here, see how many top 10s that gives Boyer on the year. Boyer has 8 top 10s and 3 top 5s this season. The statistics are close between him and McLeod. McLeod actually has 1 more top 5 and the same amount of top 10s. Really, the difference is the races McLeod didn't finish in the top 10. He finished really far back in the field compared to the races Boyer didn't finish in the top 10. He's getting top 15s and top 20. So that was really where Boyer was able to make up that ground. Because, again, same amount of top 10s and 1 less top 5 than BJ McLeod. And it definitely helped Boyer that he started further up in the running order, 13th versus 27th for McLeod. McLeod having to come from that far back in the field, he definitely put up a fight there. Had some help from Schneider to probably get the top 10, but nevertheless, he definitely was showing at times like he had top 5 speed in the middle of a run. They have to produce a clock for every year for this race. Yes, they do. That's okay. I'm sure those the makers of those grandfather clocks get a decent payout from NASCAR for them making the trophies for them. So don't go anywhere quite yet. We're going to take a look at what races will be in the playoffs in case you forgot. In fact, actually, I kind of forgot what most of the races were in the order, at least in the playoffs. I remember most of the tracks, but what round they will be in. And when we start the next live stream, which will be right there at the Auto Club Speedway for the Auto Club 400, it's going to be pretty awesome. So the round of 16 will be Auto Club Kentucky and Watkins Glen. It'll be the first trip to the Auto Club Speedway in Kentucky on the season, and Watkins Glen, first trip to all three tracks. Watkins Glen is the final race of the round of 16, and it is the first of two playoff races that will be road courses. So that will be the round of 16. The round of 12 will be New Hampshire, Atlanta, and Daytona for the regular season finale. These are all full-length races, by the way. So New Hampshire for the first time this year, Atlanta for the first time this year, and Daytona will be actually our third trip there. Our Daytona 500, of course, was the first race there. We ran just an 80-lap race earlier this season there, and now we'll have the Coke 400, the Coke Zero Sugar 400 at Daytona. That will be the cutoff race for the round of 12. In the round of 8, it will be the first ever trip for the NASCAR Cup Series to the Worldwide Technology Raceway at Gateway. Short race there, only 200 laps. The Bristol Night Race will be the second race of the round of 8. The cutoff race for the round of 8 will be our second and final road course race of the playoffs, and our seventh and final road course race of the season at the Charlotte Roval. That will decide the championship 4, which will be settled at Talladega in a 500-mile race, 188 laps. The best of those 4 drivers in the championship 4 in that race will be crowned the champion. We'll have a new paint scheme for when we start the playoffs in a couple days. Not going to be able to run that Auto Club race until at least Wednesday, if not Thursday. For the next couple days, we'll have some NASCAR Chase for the Cup 2005 action on the channel. Starting with tomorrow night, Busch Series Racing at Atlanta Motor Speedway, so you don't want to miss that. Start time between 8 and 8:30 Eastern Standard Time, just whenever I get home from work, and get everything prepared and ready to go. Like, share, and subscribe. Hopefully you guys enjoy the regular season. We'll have a fun playoffs, 10 more races to go, and then we're on to NASCAR 21 Ignition. Thanks, everybody. Have a good rest of your night.